Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective. Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbors. Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM 97.3.
This is Citi.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Lift up your hands. Every storm in your life tonight, He can do it for you. Yes, He can. Yes, He will. Yehola, Yedela, Yehlola, Yahoonu.
25 after 6, Thursday morning, April 10, 2025. Good morning to you. Welcome to 97.3 Citi FM. It's going to be a beautiful, bright day, a productive and fruitful one. Yes, we are looking forward to it because we speak into the day, we speak into circumstances, we speak to situations, and just as the master did, he turned around. He turned and then rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace be still." Then the wind ceased and there was a dead calm. He said to them, "Why are you afraid?" That's the substance of the song. He spoke to the storm. Osborne Agbodovi and Luigi McLean, Bethel Revival, they put this one together, starting our day off on a powerful note, one of faith, one of conviction and action, that the storm will not swallow us. We will not drown in the storm. Because we know too well that the tongue can bring death or life, and those who love to talk will reap the consequences. It says death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. So what are you saying to your storms? What are you saying to your circumstances? We are saying, like the master did, peace be still. And you know, many times we like to complain about things. We like to complain about work-related things, family-related things, financial stuff, and issues relating to a country. I mean, I'm learning to teach my tongue to say what I want to see, to say what the Lord has said concerning my life. So yes, it's true. It's not about illusions. We are not delusioned when we say to our situations what we want them to be. We know the facts, we are aware. But our faith also speaks to the facts. And so choose what you say carefully. Because the tongue, right? We are learning today, Proverbs 18:21, that the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruits. That's Business Sense, brought to you by Access Bank. Access Bank is doing more than banking. They speak to your situation and they bring calm to you. They say, "Faketwa beji kesiye." Yeah, what the ketwa ba beji kesiye. It's a promo we are running and I love it. Speak to your small situation, it will become big. Simply deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis into your new account or existing Access Bank current or savings account to join the promo. Increase it to 500 cedis or more and qualify for a draw. For our youth customers, that solo account, spend 500 cedis or more with the Access Visa card after your 250 Ghana cedi deposit and qualify for a reward. The more you deposit, the higher your chances of winning. So don't sit back, deposit now and stand a chance to win a share of the over 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and other amazing rewards like PS5, iPhone 16, Chromebook, and much more in our four monthly mini draws and 2 mega draws. This promo runs from now to September 2025 in partnership with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Faketwa beji kesiye train. Save now for the future and win big. For more information, visit our website www.ghana.accessbankplc.com. Call our toll-free number 0800 00 4400. Access Bank, more than banking. It's an interactive show. My name is Caleb Kuda. Join us 0549 986 996. Let's speak to the storms together as and peace will be still.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwabeji Kesiye promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji. As a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Gasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwabeji Kesiye promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Go ahead, man. Here, have $1. In fact, no, brother, man. Here, have $2. $2 means a snack for me, but it means a big deal to you. Be strong, serve God only. Know that if you do, beautiful heaven awaits. That's the poem I wrote for the first time.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
That's his name. No one ever knew his name, cause he's a no one. Never thought twice about spending on an old bum until I had the chance to really get to know one. Now that I know him, to give him money isn't charity. He gives me some knowledge, I buy him some shoes, and I think blacks can die.
Arrested Development with Mr. Wendell.
Most of y'all come out confused.
Yeah.
Mr. Wendell.
The works of Godfred Abeku with him, the richest man. Welcome back, man. Jumping into the news review brought to you by Total, Excellium, Piva Beverages, and Fidelity Bank. Have you heard about the incredible benefits of Excellium from Total Energies? Let me tell you more about this premium fuel with its amazing 3-in-1 power. Total Energies introduces Excellium new formula, additive and rich fuel with powerful 3-in-1 action, cleans your engine, extends its life, lowers your fuel consumption. Thanks to the cumulative effects of its anti-corrosion, anti-wear, and detergent additives. Excellium new formula also lowers your vehicle's fuel consumption while reducing CO2 emissions. Your drive safe. Experience the difference with Total Energies Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality. And if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. People, the classic Piva cola flavor is perfect fit anytime. We have the Piva orange fruit drink. It's packed with recognized citrus flavor. Piva cocktail fruit drink. It brings the tropics to you. We have the grapefruit as well as Piva Tangy. Piva Tangy fruit, obviously Bernard's favorite. So grab Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available at a local store near you. 0550-032-231. Piva Beverages, a taste you will love. And from the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, we're here for your journey. Every goal deserves the chance to flourish, and with hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, the seed of greatness is within reach. So trust in the journey and understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We're here for your journey. Believe with us. Jumping into the news review, and I make welcome Bernardino Coco. I'm like, good morning, Bernard.
Good morning, Caleb.
Yeah, man. And Godfred Akotoba was here as well. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Caleb. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank
These days
you.
you are dressing very corporately.
Yeah, that's what I was about to comment on, Charlie.
Does your dressing reflect your financial situation?
It doesn't at all.
Oh no, hey,
It doesn't at all.
Because yesterday you had a 3-piece suit on. Today
No,
too you have a very
No,
nice.
you are speaking to the storm.
Oh, you mean you are dressing by feet?
Peace be still.
Yeah, but-
Not by sight.
Exactly.
Caleb is
No, peace be still.
he's managing the facts.
No way.
But Bernard and Caleb, this morning,
Yes.
Charlie,
Yeah.
just a quick reminder to Namomo.
The
Oh,
minister for gender.
A car almost hit a kid today on my way. You know.
Is it the same place?
Same place,
Which is the
in front of the Greater Accra Mosque.
so between Zongo Junction
Yeah.
and the Obeche Bilamte Circle.
Yeah.
There are too many kids there.
The numbers have increased. It looks like they have discovered it as a safe haven. You know, so yeah.
Wow.
And the update for her this morning is that a car almost hit a kid this morning. Yeah, I think he was crossing the road to the other side. You know. So.
Okay. Yesterday there was an accident on the Ring Road Central.
Yeah, 5 cars. I saw the images.
I think a truck like I think its brake failed and it was carrying cement blocks. Pretty serious. So we need to be careful. Check your brakes regularly and go within the speed limit so that if something happens, at least you don't damage too many vehicles. Anyway,
And there was one on the Kumasi Road as well. There were no casualties with that one. One of these buses that ply the road was involved in an accident.
I've also seen that some of the road medians on the East Legon American House roads, they've started marking some of them that they are illegal. So I don't know whether it's I think it's the Ayawaso Assembly, Ayawaso Westward. You know, we said that the way the road medians had been overtaken by these billboards was even dangerous for drivers.
Yes, everywhere.
So I've noticed that for some assemblies they've sort of deleted the advert and they've marked it.
Yes.
It hasn't reached Ablikuma West then because
so-
they are now about to
But
even
this is
organize it.
so
there.
this is assembly by assembly.
Yeah.
And don't forget that some of the assemblies don't have new leaders. So we'll see how it goes. But definitely something needs to be done about the way the road medians have been overtaken by almost
Signage.
lawless erection of signage and signboards which affect visibility.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous for driving.
Yeah.
So we call on the Road Safety Commission
To remove all of them.
to collaborate with the assemblies to get common sense to prevail. There's no serious country allows people to put billboards anywhere.
In the middle of the road.
You know, there should be, in the same way we go to somebody's house to arrest him with 20 soldiers and let's let people know that there's law and order in the country. When it comes to things that are so obvious, we shouldn't only be interested in political
The big
things.
sins.
People have put billboards everywhere, the road safety, and we
That's
won't do anything
serious.
about
But,
it. You know, let's not make it look like it's only when people talk about cocaine that we have to go and do something. No, you know. Anyway, the headlines.
Yes,
The Chronicle chooses a light-hearted version for what happened yesterday.
Okay.
Osofo Thunder declares, "I stand by the truth."
Okay.
Reverend Intimfojo is photographed here. Lands Minister directs Forestry Commission to go commercial. Again, Minister for the sector, Kofi Boa, is there. Soldier in court over alleged 723,000 recruitment scam. This is serious. Then a whole raft of sports stories at the back page.
I'll take you to the front page of the Daily Graphic. There are 2 presidents on the front page. You have President Mahama, President of Ghana, and Peter Pavel, President of Czechia, also known as the Czech Republic. It says Ghana, take leap forward, pledge stronger ties. Communication Ministry saddled with debt, strangulating contracts. It's a photo of Sam George. Is that a new haircut Sam George has there? Hey, Gold Board to begin operations next month. Impeachments, President not obliged to seek response from CJ, according to the Attorney General.
The Ghanaian Times also leads with the Ghana Czech Business Corporation. The 2 men photograph. President Wu's investors says Ghana has enabling environment. That's on page 12. And a whole lot of stories here. High Court acquits, discharges Jachi Koisen.
Yeah.
Security operative storm in Tim Fojo's residence. TUC opposes privatizing state-owned enterprises. And Forestry Commission tasked to rake in more revenue from ecotourism. Indeed, on the back page, expedite action on salvage vehicle importation ban. This is the National Association of Garages. And then Bachik kindergarten school children attend classes under trees. This is not acceptable.
The front page of the Overseer says National Health Insurance Scheme receives $1 billion Ghana City boost. This according to Anabonya Ampem. Jashikwesin makes it to the front page, acquitted in dual citizenship case. Okada Riders Association rejects government's age threshold proposal.
Sure.
Sure.
You said the thing that you are proposing, we are not.
Ashok.
We are not happy with the
What is that?
thing.
What is that?
Hey.
Even the whole.
Asemu.
Now, the Daybreak says Kwachi Ofosu should be sacked according to Apenyo marking.
Okay.
This is all on the yesterday's incident. Due process has to be followed. Kodia Frimpong on attempted arrest of Intim Fojo, and then suspicious flights published. What's this? Gen Deck. I don't know what that means. JENDEC. Maybe you can explain that. Aviation expert tells government. I'm sure it's some technical term. SIM registration starts July 1 according to Sam George. All these on the front page of the Daybreak.
Okay.
The front page of the Daily Guide. There's a photo of Alexander Penyo Market with Team Fojo and Justin Kodia Frimpong. NIB storms MP's house Rambo style. Arrest all of us. Minority fumes. This Chief Justice's story makes it to the front page of this paper. Ghana Airport denies leaking flight data to Reverend Team Fojo. 28 illegal miners arrested. 85 excavators. 2 bulldozers seized in the Western North.
The Daily Democrat, Sam George dismantles dubious MPP tech contracts, and Jato defies court, vandalizes property at Medina. Mabua targets full digitalization of Lands Commission, and then Primpag Media Foundation unite to champion gender equity. Meanwhile, the Feed Ghana project launch has been rescheduled to April the 12th.
Front page of the BNFT finally from me. Governor urges banks to adopt balanced credit strategy. Ghana Bauxite invests $122 million. Also makes it to the front page of the paper. And the after chief has been speaking. U.S. tariffs, a wake-up call for Africa's economic self-reliance.
My issue with after is all they do is talk. Meanwhile, most of the countries are very protectionist. They don't. It's something. It's like after is like a good opportunity to have a discussion. That's all there is to after. Like
this one, you've expired.
No, like even the non-tariff barriers between Ghana and Nigeria. Yeah, they forget about Trump. West Africa, Africa. Traveling even across the continent, and yet every week somebody's giving a speech about after. Like, so is after meant for just conferences? Oh, Charlie.
Try being a Ghanaian entering Cameroon.
Africa, don't do that, too. The world is leaving us behind, though. We should be there. Let's go online.
Let me take you online. Channel1news.com. Suspicious flies. Intim Fojo only invited government to do the right thing. This is Opon Kuma speaking. And then Akufo-Addo took Ghana off drug blacklist. We must not go back. This is the NPP. Mohammed's suspension of post-retirement contracts lawful. This is Rashid Pelpo, Labour Minister. We don't want resurgence of 2024 drug scandal. Haruna Mohammed. And then also SIM card re-registration under Akufo-Addo was a failure. This is Sam George. Follow due process. Kodia on attempted arrest of Intim Fojo. Ring Road accident leaves 5 injured. Minority blocks NIB's attempted arrest of Intim Fojo. Kelny GVG contract won't be extended. This is Sam George speaking. And if you go to citynewsroom.com, a photograph of President Mahama is here by a storm drain, and we are told RegSeg is set to demolish structures on Wager Dansuma Ramsar sites today. My trial was politically motivated. Jachi Kwesen speaks here. Suspicious flies, inconsistencies in government response, fueling controversy upon Kuma here. And then MPP to proceed with disciplinary action against Ajua Safo. This is Haruna Mohammed. On free SHS, we are told double track system will be scrapped by 2027. And then minority demand speaker's intervention over NIB's attempted arrest of Intim Fojo. Intim Fojo thanks Baumia for visit following NIB's attempted arrest. That photograph is on my joy with the caption, "They can't gag us." Intim Fojo over failed arrest as he thanks Baumia for support. I gave him a sensitive job in government. Niti was shocked over NIB director's conduct. And then also minority petition speaker Bagbin to act over NIB's failed attempt. That's here as well. Intim Fojo will never walk alone. Apanyo Marking declares Cocoa Board maintains cocoa prices for 2025-2026 despite Cote d'Ivoire's increment. And then if you go to class very quickly, raw.
What is class?
classfmonline.com. Thank you. Reality has caught up with the NEC. Dr. Gideon Bwako is here. Ghana, Czech Republic strengthen ties at Czech Ghana Business Forum. Star FM very quickly. Tema Mpakadan Railway Line to be operationalized soon. This is the Transport Minister. Dual citizenship case is here.
Yeah.
We're
I
told
wanted
about
to point some interesting stories to you.
Yeah.
Tiana Paga doesn't have a single tarred road.
Yeah.
Now, this is the second constituency I've heard this around. I spoke to somebody from
You were doing the is it Lambushi?
yes, Lambusi. He said there was not a single,
in the whole constituency.
and Tiana Paga is also making the same claim. I don't know. We have to really think some of our development priorities. So very seriously. Now, of course, the big story. Let me just give you a wrap of the big stories.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
globally as well, Trump has paused his higher tariffs for dozens of countries
Yes.
for 90 days, but he has hiked China's rate to 125%.
Yeah.
So we are not really sure whether he's backing down or it's a strategy he's using. But the global markets have rebounded after Trump's decision to pause the tariffs. So, for example, BBC says global market rebound after Trump reversal, but 125% US tariffs on China take effect. There's a photo of Xi Jinping and Donald Trump. And there's analysis here. Retreat or negotiating strategy. Trump steps back from all-out trade war.
Yeah.
Now, here are some details of what's been happening over the past couple of days.
Okay, let me start from the Daily Guide's front page then, the NIB story. And as Kofi Adu writes that in a scene more befitting a Hollywood action thriller than a quiet suburb of Accra, heavily armed operatives of the National Intelligence Bureau stormed the residence of Asin South Member of Parliament, Reverend Johnny Tim Fojo, in what witnesses have described as a Rambo-style raid. Yesterday, Spintex neighbors of the MP, who is also the ranking member of Parliament's Defence and Interior Committee, said they were greeted to the screech of tires and the sudden appearance of mufti-clad figures who had covered their faces with balaclavas and body armor, leaping from unmarked vehicles, weapons drawn, radios crackling, and others backed in tense, clipped tones. Hey, bro, the story then goes on to report that the NIB operatives who were said to be acting on undisclosed instructions allegedly linked to the two suspicious flights that landed at the Kotoka International Airport, allegedly carrying drugs and cash, engaged in a standoff with the NP. But before the operatives could carry out their mission, however, minority MPs as well as officers and supporters of the NPP arrived en masse at the MP's residence, foiling the arrest of Reverend Intim Fojo.
Meanwhile, the minority has called on the Speaker, Aban Babin, to take urgent steps to ensure that interactions between lawmakers and security agencies are conducted by constitutional provisions and established parliamentary protocols. This follows what you just read. Now, in a memo addressed to the Speaker, the minority, through its Chief Whip, Frank Anadompre, expressed concern that the NIB officials acted without regard for the procedures that govern engagements of MPs. Now, two more stories.
Yeah.
Aviation experts want the government, and I'm now reading a Daybreak, to publish the general declaration of the two flights that recently landed at the KIA under controversial circumstances. This is to quell growing public and political unrest over allegations of possible illicit activity. This is basically from various interviews done.
Yeah.
I also have one here from the Daily Guide where on page 3 again, the management of Ghana Airport Company Limited has denied allegations circulating in the media that its officials were involved in providing false information to the ranking member of Parliament's Defence and Interior Committee, Reverend Itim Fojo, who has alleged drug trafficking activities involving two aircraft that landed at the airport.
You know what, finally, the minority leader is calling for the immediate dismissal of Minister for Government Communications, Francis Kwachio Fosu, addressing the media after yesterday's incident. Afenyo Markin expressed his displeasure with Mr. Kwachio Fosu's public comments, dismissing calls for investigations into alleged underground dealings in illicit drugs.
Okay, and the very final one for me on this one, they can't gaga as Intim Fojo over failed arrest as he thanks Baumia for his support. As in South MP Reverend John Intim Fojo has thanked former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia for his solidarity following what he described as a politically motivated act of harassment. This is on myjoyonline.com. The background is what you've already heard from previous stories. Now, RegSeg, Greater Accra Regional Security Council, is set to carry out a demolition exercise today, Thursday, April 10, 2025, targeting structures illegally built on the Wager and Dansoman Ramsar sites. This operation follows President John Maham's recent tour of Ramsar sites and flood-prone areas in Accra, where he issued a stern warning that structures on protected lands and waterways would be removed. Now, speaking at the 2025, okay, that's just background for you.
For the
all those of you who have structures structures in Ramsar sites and along waterways in Dansuman and Waja. Look forward to the demolition
Now,
exercise.
let me give you something quickly. Rashid Purple, Minister for Employment,
Yeah.
was on the point of view yesterday during the first part, and he says the Akufo-Addo government employed 12,000 people after the December 7 elections. Now, that's quite a high number. Minister for Employment, Jobs and Labour Relations, Rashid Purple, says the previous administration employed approximately 12,000 people into the public sector shortly after losing the 2024 elections. He said the president has established a committee to investigate the circumstances surrounding these recruitments, particularly and claims of unfair dismissals. Speaking on a point of view, Mr. Purple stated, quote, the president has set up a committee to investigate all the people who are complaining of being sacked unfairly. I'm co-chairman of that committee.
Okay.
We are working hard to get them a response. Now, the reason I bring this up is that this week I've had a number of folk contact me from the Ghana Maritime Authority
Yeah.
saying that they have been unfairly sacked. Some say they've worked there for many, many years and sort of they've been added to a whole bunch of people who've been sacked.
Yeah.
So it's important for the government to clarify and for the Ghana Maritime Authority itself to clarify why those people have also been sacked, whether it's part of the general rule or whether there's a specific situation happening at the authority.
That's correct.
Okay.
Still on him, Mohammed's suspension of post-retirement contracts are lawful. Here's a quick quote from the Labour Minister. He says the president is just reflecting the existing law and circumstances. He explained that once an individual reaches the age of 60, they are required by law to retire, a standard also recognized by SNIT. People have abused the circumstance. They just finish their job and say, let me just stay for one more year. And then they talk to one or two people. They are given 1 more or 2 years and they stay on. After the 2 years, they ask for 2 more years, and this happens at the expense of the people who should have been with the job.
Meanwhile, TUC is opposing privatizing SOEs. Ghanaian Times, page 14, says the Trade Union Congress has reiterated its opposition to the privatization of ECG while highlighting the challenge associated with it. Despite drawing the attention of the government on the challenge the country may face in the proposed privatization of ECG following the reading of the budget by Finance Minister, the TUC said the government appears to be hell-bent, quote-unquote, on completing the move. Rather than privatization of ECG, the TUC calls for a strategic reform, including the non-politicization of ECG to help address its challenges. So we'll keep an eye on this story.
Well, I'll take you to the overseer who reports that the Okada Riders Association, the Okada Riders Association of Ghana, has emphasized the critical role of training in improving safety within the commercial motorcycle sector. And this comes in response to the recent proposal to amend the road traffic regulations. Now, during an interview on Radio XYZ Morning Show, Ejawusu, the public relations officer of the Okada Riders Association, also highlighted that training rather than age restrictions should be the focal point for improving safety.
You see, the background is that the proposal was that even though they were going to regularize or legalize using motorbikes for commercial purposes, the age for which a driver would be allowed to do this was 25 upwards. They didn't want people between 18 and 24 to sort of be involved, which is what he's opposing.
Yes.
That they don't want that age restriction. I think there needs to be a very good, thorough public debate on this whole thing, so we find out whether it's actually meritorious or not.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't even put the cart before the horse. Now, speaking on roads,
Yeah.
of transportation, the Western Regional Branch of the Ghana Association of Garages is appealing to the government to expedite action on the review of the ban on the importation of salvage vehicles. Now, salvage cars include a vehicle that has been critically damaged to the extent that any part of the safety and chassis is broken, cracked, bent or twisted, or vehicle abandoned, or a vehicle and has a value only as a source of parts and scrap metal. They stressed that the issue was critical to the growth and stability of the auto mechanic industry in the country. The West Regional Chairman of the Association, Justice Joe Aite, made the appeal at stakeholders meeting with the Minister of Trade and Agribusiness, Elizabeth Ofuswe-Jare. You know there's been a ban on these
salvage vehicles.
Yes. Now the group complained about the effect of high taxes, including import and export duties on their operations. They noted again government's efforts in reducing some nuisance taxes such as e-levy and etc., but they want more.
Okay.
And so, of course, to give background, the Ghana Standard Authority, together with relevant industry players, define salvage vehicles under GS 510, road vehicles with requirements for import use motor vehicles, and essentially says the industry is not happy with the situation.
You want to go to check?
Yes,
I wanted to bring you a road-related story before we go
Why not?
presidential,
Okay,
right? So, Ring Road accident crash actually leaves 5 injured. Abigail Arthur writes on Channel 1 Newsroom. Comes with the photographs that are really difficult to watch. At least 5 people have been severely injured following a crash on Wednesday, April 9, 2025, along the Ring Road in Accra. The crash involved 5 vehicles and was triggered by a Kia truck heavily loaded with bricks, which reportedly suffered a brake failure. Eyewitness accounts revealed that the truck with registration number GX345621 lost control as it descended the road, colliding with multiple vehicles, including private cars. The impact left 5 individuals, among them a young boy with severe injuries. Now, police and emergency responders swiftly arrived at the scene, offering assistance and transporting the injured to a nearby hospital for urgent medical attention. So
All
this
right.
one, the third, if it's third party insured, will it cover all the 5 vehicles?
Yesterday, a friend sent me a list of popular insurance jargon with their explanations.
Yeah.
And he said I should give one to you. So maybe after we read it,
I
we
look
can,
forward
we can
to it.
educate
I look forward
the
to it.
public.
Yeah.
Well, let's do some Czech business. And the
Yes.
president of the Czech Republic is in town, and he's visited the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum,
Okay.
where he met Mr. Kwao,
Oh, our friend.
the mighty and Juganistic Mr. Kwao. And there's a photo of him looking solemnly at a photo of the late Osajefo. Now, the IGP has also set a new direction of engagement with media.
Yes.
And according to the new direction, this story is on page 17 of the paper. Grace Ansar Krofi, who is the director of public affairs, says we have a new administration, a new IGP, who extends his regards to you as a new management team and a new direction of the service. One of the key areas that has been affected in this vision, in this new vision for the service, are engagement with the general
Now,
public.
quickly, new SIM registration exercise will be human-centered, tech-driven. Sam George is the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation. He has assured Ghanaians that the upcoming SIM registration exercise will be a seamless, human-centered and technology-driven process. He told Eyewitness News that the government is committed to addressing the shortcomings of the previous administration's SIM registration exercise. Now, finally, for the U.S., Donald Trump has suspended the imposition of the tariffs on many countries for 90 days, and then he has increased the tariff is imposed on China to a whopping 125%. So this is a story on citynewsroom.com.
Okay. Well, as 6:57, that's all time will allow for the news review.
Oh, I want to give one last story.
Okay, fine.
No, don't be in a hurry.
Okay.
There's a story I saw in the Daily Post
Yes.
from Nigeria that Niger say they have dumped French and they are adopting Hausa as their official language.
Zoom.
In a move to distance itself from its colonial past, the government of Niger has officially adopted the
Wow.
Hausa language as the nation's
Wow.
national language. In a charter released last week and published in a special edition of the government's official journal, the military government announced that the country has dropped French as its official language.
Oh, wow.
The document declared that henceforth the national language is Hausa,
Oh, wow.
but stated that the working language remains both English and French. So there's a difference between national language
Yeah.
and the work. My only concern about this Sahel 3 and all these things is, you see, at the end of the day, you have to have a viable economy to resist all these oppressions. So yes, language is important.
Yeah.
All the symbolism is great, but if you can't feed your people and protect them, you don't have a country. So I hope they are focused on those issues too, in addition to all the historical things they are trying to
They're
change.
trying to do right. Thank you, Bernard. On that note, quite lafia. Lafia.
Lafia Lo.
Yeah, man.
Thank you
That
very
was the
much.
news review.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 322 31. Piva, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Ah, go me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind says be the 3-in-1 action, no. Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
My body, when you wake up in the morning, and you know the money calling. Oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I did for you. Many want. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
As that time of the day, Nashika Caesar joins us with the City Business News brought to you by MTN Guel and EcoBank. Good morning, Nashika Caesar.
Good morning, Caleb Kuda.
Tell me, how's the dollar doing? Because, I've been looking forward to the dollar humbling itself.
Don't worry, it's doing okay, I guess.
Are you
It's
sure?
doing okay, yeah.
It's doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the details.
Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama urges commercial banks to be cautious in adjusting lending rates. Also coming up, government announces it will not renew contract with Kelny GVG beyond its current term. And later, cocoa farmers demand that Cocoa Board includes them in producer price negotiations going forward. We settle for the details of our stories now. The governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, has urged commercial banks to adopt a cautious approach in adjusting lending rates following the increase in the policy rate from 27% to 28%. According to him, the bank should maintain transparent communication with clients in carrying out this action. Speaking at the BOG's maiden meeting with heads of the various commercial banks in Accra, Dr. Isiama highlighted the impact the increase will have on businesses and households and urged the bank to support struggling sectors with targeted financial support.
With private sector credit and broad money supply expanding, demand-side pressures could re-emerge without continued vigilance. The committee therefore adopted a proactive stance, guided by recent experience that delayed tightening can result in more persistent inflation and costlier adjustments. The policy rate increase also strengthens external buffers. It supports the city and signals our commitment to macroeconomic stability at a time of heightened global uncertainty. We also recognize that the policy rate hike will affect borrowing costs for businesses and households, while the policy tightening will affect funding costs and credit pricing in the near term. The financial system is well positioned to absorb these effects. We therefore want to urge banks to exercise prudence in adjusting lending rates and maintain transparent communication with your clients. Viable businesses should continue to receive support, and tailored solutions should be explored to mitigate the impact on the most vulnerable sectors.
You heard there the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, speaking there. Now the government has announced that it will not renew the Kelny GVG contract beyond its current term. This move signals a broader effort to review and restructure existing agreements within the Ministry of Communications and its affiliated agencies. There's more in the following report.
According to the sector minister, the decision forms part of government's broader economic research strategy. Addressing a press conference in Accra on Wednesday, Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Sam George, revealed that several contracts and agreements have already been referred to the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine, for review and legal advice.
Against this backdrop, I've referred some contracts and agreements to the Attorney General for his study and advice. One thing, however, is crystal clear to me as minister. I will clean up the ministry and its agencies. It is my solemn pledge to the President and the people of Ghana. And I wish to announce that on the back of the foregoing, I will not be extending the Common Monitoring Platform contract, popularly called Kelny GVG, beyond its current terminal date.
He further revealed that the government is actively working to resolve irregularities at the National Information Technology Agency with the aim of eliminating operational duplications and improving efficiency.
Sortel and Datasium appear to deliver nearly identical project management functions for the DSPP call center, with no clear delineation of roles, responsibilities, or reporting lines. Thirdly, the contract with both firms expired on February 29, 2024. There were no formal renewals and no new engagement frameworks are in place, yet continued financial obligation continues. I have instructed the Director General of NITA to cease any further payments to both companies.
The minister added that steps are also being taken to make data more affordable, particularly during public holidays, as part of efforts to enhance digital inclusion and ease the cost burden on consumers.
I have agreed with all three mobile network operators to have unique data bundle packages for all of their subscribers, which is all Ghanaians, on 5 national holidays: Independence Day, May Day, Republic Day, Founders Day, and Farmers Day. The Independence Day test run was a resounding success, and I look forward to working with the NTA and the MNO on May Day for our next holiday offering and celebration of the workers of Ghana.
That was the Minister of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam George, ending that report filed by Emmanuel Opong. Away from that, the Ghana National Cocoa Farmers Association is urging the Ghana Cocoa Board to engage farmers ahead of any pricing of cocoa to ensure fair wages. Despite Côte d'Ivoire's price hike, the Cocoa Board on Wednesday announced that the producer price of cocoa will remain unchanged for the 2025-2026 season. The current price stands at 3,100 Ghana cedi per 64 kilogram bag, equivalent to 49,600 Ghana cedi per ton. This reflects a marginal increase of 0.03% compared to the rate set in September for the 2024-2025 crop season. Here's the president of the Ghana National Cocoa Farmers Association, Stevenson Ananibuaten, speaking on the issue.
Whatever the case is, Ghana Cocoa Marketing Board should always make sure the negotiations is at par. These are the reasons why we always arguing with the Cocoa Board to include us in a price negotiation. Because the Cocoa Board at the end of the day will go and negotiate and come and tell us different things. And that comes out, we cocoa farmers disagree to their proposals. I think it will be better cocoa prices will be negotiated. Cocoa Board should among we cocoa farmers so that we know how prices are being negotiated. And if it comes like that, we wouldn't have problem.
President of the Ghana National Cocoa Farmers Association, Stevenson Ananibuaten, speaking there. Now, the Vegetable Producers and Exporters Association of Ghana is urging the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat to remain committed to addressing trade barriers that hinder intra-Africa trade among member countries. The association cited infrastructural and logistical challenges as factors that hinder exporters from considering other member countries as viable export destinations. Speaking on the back of the 10% tariff imposed by the U.S. government on exported goods from all countries, including Ghana, the president of the association, Dr. Felix Mauli Kamasa, called on the AFCFTA Secretariat to take a leading role in tackling these significant trade barriers.
Some of the barriers, they are hindrance to some of the drivers. If you ask those people who trade among the African region, the ECOWAS, especially the West Africa region, it's a lot of issue. If you ask the onion dealers who bring onion from Niger, they face a lot of challenges on the way before coming, where it shouldn't be like that. We want to promote trade among ourselves. Why can't we look at it and then make the good decision, good areas? We as exporters or business people, we are not asking the government or the African region to give us money. Just create the neighboring environment for us. When we have it, we can able to trade among ourselves and then without facing any challenges.
Dr. Felix Mauli Kamasa is president of the Vegetable Producers and Exporters Association of Ghana. Now let's have a quick market check on the currency board across some forex bureaus. The dollar is going for 15 cedis 50 pesos, while the British pound is going for 19 cedis 50 pesos, and the euro at 16 cedis 50 pesos. Remember that these are the rates being offered by the forex bureaus to the public. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Coil, and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS. This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
.57 everyday people face different emergencies. Police, fire, medical, you name it. All kinds of emergencies. But many Ghanaians don't remember the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you don't want to forget. *770#. Yes, *770# is the new EcoBank money emergency number. *770#. It gives you instant access to loans, funds transfer, utility payments, airtime, data purchases, so much more, even without data. It doesn't get any better than that. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
I'm losing composure. I really need to focus.
Let's talk about Polytank.
There's something.
This is Ghana. You only get deceived if you're not sure of what you're buying or you don't really know the market. When it comes to water storage tanks, the name we all know is Polytank. It's been with us for over 30 years and has been trusted by all these generations. So make no mistake, always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. It's available at the same price across the country at Polytank partner shops. Be it Rambo, Hippo, Sumo or Super Sumo, durability is always assured. Polytank is the original, always the best. Papano Ankasa. Caution though, Polytank does not request for Momo payments online. And the Lasheho Don't Come campaign has come to you because you deserve financial peace. Life comes with financial challenges, but with Lasheho, you don't have to face them alone. From now until April 30, 2025, we've reduced our interest rates just for you. Whether it's education, rent, or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs. Simply WhatsApp or call Nana on 0270-040-799, 0270-040-733. Let's make life easier together. Act now before the offer ends. T's and C's apply. Let's share whole, let's improve life. It's your birthday today, Ma Esther Ogbedai Ashite. Esther Ogbedai Ashite, happy glorious birthday to you, Ma. Ma, we love you so much and we are blessed to be a part of you. May God bless you and keep you. May He turn His face towards you and be gracious to you. May He grant you long life filled with good health and peace of mind. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. This is from your daughter, Rebecca Amuache. To you, Ma Esther Ogbedai Ashite. I love this one. May God turn His face towards you and be gracious to you. Now, as you celebrate your birthday, Mom, remember the words of Isaiah 40:31. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Wishing you a year of renewed strength and endless blessings. Happy birthday, Mercy Mansa Gaffa. And this is from your son, Mr. Richard Achu Azamati, coming from his wife as well. Happy birthday to my two special aunties from the same womb, Elder Rose and Chroma, whose birthday is today, and Auntie Susie Banner, whose birthday was 7th April. God bless their labor of love. Amen. And you didn't add your name. Edwin Kwao Kofi joins us in the studio with Kickoff. Brought to you by Zonda Ghana Limited, Shell and Lesheho. Good morning, Edwin.
Good morning, Caleb.
How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. How about you?
Excellent. I'm in good spirits. Thank you for asking. Let's jump into Kickoff, bro.
Well,
other ideas. Oh, and he's broken the lines. What a chance! What a goal! No time for the corner, but look at the broad smile on Luis Enrique's face. His 100th game as the PSG boss, and he knows just how important that third goal could and maybe should be.
Kivicha Kvaratskhelia scored one of the great Champions League goals as PSG came from behind to beat Aston Villa 3-1 in the first leg of their quarter-final tie last night, also in Catalonia.
Against a hesitant Anton, Rafinha looks for Yamal. Is this another one? Yamal! Oh, it's simply sublime from Barcelona on the counter.
Robert Lewandowski hit a brace and Lamine Yamal scored a wonderful goal to help devastating Barcelona rout Borussia Dortmund 4-0 in a one-sided first leg tie in Spain. Kickoff is powered by Shell Go Well, Zonda GH and La Chejo. Let's improve life. We start off in Spain, where Barca's Rafinha equaled Lionel Messi's club record for goal involvement in a single Champions League campaign as his side trashed Borussia Dortmund by 4-0 to take command of the quarter-final tie. The Brazilian forward scored and assisted twice to reach 19 goal involvements in the competition this term, the same mark Messi achieved in the 2011-2012 campaign. Let's hear from Barca's head coach Hansi Flick.
No, I think both is very important. So the way how we play, it's the most important thing. And when you play like this, so it's also like then we also can score. And this is the most important thing.
And how good to Dortmund, because you say it's not in the semi-final, but it's almost the job down.
No, it's not done. It's
almost down.
No, with this second, you never know what happens. So football is crazy, and we have to play like today. So also in Dortmund, so very focused, very with the ball, very with confidence, believe in that what we want to do, and of course I will be happy if we make less mistakes.
The thoughts of Barca head coach Hansi Flick. Now let's hear from Borussia Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi speaking after the loss.
Yes, I think it's just quite embarrassing how we played today, including myself, of course, the whole team. This is not what we wanted, of course, but at the end it's like this, and for me myself is still some hope, but it will be really hard. So let's focus on the game on the weekend, and then we continue. Yes.
That was Borussia Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi. In France, Nuno Mendes struck deep into stoppage time to give PSG a significant advantage against Aston Villa in the quarter-final first leg at the Parc des Princes. Here's Kivica Kvaratskhelia speaking after the game.
I think in the life and in the football everything is possible. We are just concentrated about the games which are coming. Of course, in our dreams there is to win Champions League, but we have to stay humble and just to work our job, trust the coach, and just put everything on the field.
And just one last thing, you made the change from Napoli to PSG. How has that change been for you?
Yeah, it was difficult because I love this city, I love these people, the fans, the team, the players, the coaches. I was so happy there, but this is the football. Sometimes you have to just make next step for the future, and I'm happy that I'm here today and with this I play with these guys.
Kivica Kvaratskhelia was one of PSG's goal scorers against Villa, and Villa's sole goal scorer in that game was also speaking after the game. Here's Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, it's difficult. Obviously, they're a really good team, really well organised, got stars all over the pitch. It's difficult. We knew we were in a fight. We knew we had to defend well and battle, and overall we did. Probably just a bit of quality from them, and probably a bit maybe errors or maybe a little bit of something that happened that probably could have prevented for the goals, but that's football, that's what happens, and we've got another leg to try and turn it around. We're going to go for everything and try and win the tie, and ultimately we'll see where it takes us.
What's it like facing a team like this that just attack so much? It's wave after wave.
Yeah, it's difficult, of course. We know it was going to be difficult coming into it. We've watched their last few games and how deadly and how sharp they've been. I think they've put the world on notice to how good they are, but we didn't want to come in and just be spectators, and we wanted to take part and try and compete, and I thought we did that for large parts. I think, yeah, obviously the scoreline's not great, not in our favour, but listen, we've got another game and we're going to try and turn it around and try and win the game.
That was Aston Villa goal scorer Morgan Rogers. There's Europa League action tonight at 4:45 p.m. Bodo Glimt take on Lazio, and Lyon take on Manchester United at 7 p.m. Ahead of the game, Nemanja Matic of Lyon and formerly of United, and Andre Onana, United goalkeeper, they've been having a little go at each other, but United boss Ruben Amorim says the spat was just a misunderstanding.
I think if you see the full quote of Andre Onana is quite different. The first sentence is Lyon is a very, very good team. So I think sometimes the players don't listen, or the coaches don't listen the full quotes, and sometimes it's just a misunderstanding. And I know Matic also. He's a great guy. So tomorrow is going to be a normal game.
That was United boss Ruben Amorim. Also tonight, Rangers take on Athletic Bilbao. Spurs face Frankfurt at the same time. In the Conference League, Legia Warsaw take on Chelsea. That game is at 4:45 p.m. Some good news for Liverpool fans now, and the club are closer to agreeing a new contract with forward Mohamed Salah. Talks between all parties are ongoing, and a final agreement is yet to be reached, but sources have indicated that the club have made significant progress in their efforts and are hopeful a deal will be done. Salah's deal expires at the end of the season, and then there's been some uncertainty over his future, with clubs in Saudi Arabia keen to land the Egypt international. In the U17 AFCON, the quarter-final start today. Burkina Faso take on Zambia at 4 p.m. and host nation Morocco take on South Africa at 7 p.m. in Ghana. The chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee for Youth and Sports, Ernest Henry Nogbe, has announced that the Minister for Sports, Kofi Adams, will soon address the press regarding the budget for Ghana's Black Stars in their recent World Cup qualifiers against Chad and Madagascar. And as Nogbe's statement follows public and parliamentary concerns over the minister's delay in disclosing the expenditure for these games. Let's hear from the Ashaman MP.
Minister is preparing to brief the media. He will brief the media pretty soon about what has transpired so far. But you see, sometimes he wants to give opportunity to the GFA to do their work. You know, he's a minister for all the sectors, and Black Stars or this game is just a percentage of his responsibilities.
That was the chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee for Youth and Sports, Ernest Henry Nogbe. And finally, 17-year-old Adongo Angelos Akrugu, a product of the Catch Them Young refereeing project, has been selected as one of the referees for the upcoming CAF African Schools Football Championship. Adongo, who hails from the Boligatanga in the Upper East region of Ghana, is a student of the Navrongo Senior High School. The 2025 African Schools Football Championship is scheduled to take place in Accra from the 21st of April to the 26th of April. And that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. My name is Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Caleb Kuda continues.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life. Papa no ankasa. Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Put your phones in the air. Wave your awesome cameras. Why the party? You also like Samsung Galaxy. Get out the way, get out the way. Make way for the boss. Get out the way, You need long-lasting battery life for this party. Take a picture, my sister. Boss. Choose a phone like a boss. Show me your Samsung Galaxy. Wait till this morning. Boss. Take a picture, my sister. Boss. Choose a phone like a boss. Show me your Samsung Galaxy. And a baby mom. Get out the way. Make way for the boss.
Ago. Amen. We are gathered here to discuss the funeral plans of Fifi. As we have always done, the children will take the caskets, siblings take the catering, while nieces and nephews will take the...
Wafa, may I please speak?
Go ahead, Aaron.
I signed Daddy up on a family care funeral trust prepaid plan. They will be providing us with everything we need, from caskets, hearse, canopies and decorations, among many others. Yes, they will provide food and drinks as well.
That's such a relief. Don't let you or your loved one's funeral become another emergency family meeting. Plan ahead. Call or WhatsApp us on 026 26 26 181 or visit our website at familycaretrust.com. Family Care, today's wisdom, tomorrow's peace of mind. Underwritten by Metropolitan Life Insurance Ghana Limited. TNC supply.
Uphold durable ability, 36 months warranty. Looking for a durable smartphone with top-tier features? Meet the Oppo Reno 13 F5G.
A Depabethi with IP69 water and dust resistance, it survives 2-meter submersion for 30 minutes. Won't pay way now, Pedier.
The Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 ensures top performance, while the 5,800 milliamp battery and 45 watt fast charging keep you powered all day. When it saw in near Symbium.
Enjoy a 6.67-inch 120Hz AMOLED display and a 50 megapixel triple camera. Plus, get a free branded bottle for a limited time.
Visit any Oppo retail outlet or Telefonica store or call 0540-104-881 for more details.
Oppo durable ability, 36 months warranty.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush the clean and bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent cavity protection.
For 10 times stronger.
This advert is FDA approved.
See, your rich auntie gets more from Absa. Your childhood friend gets more from Absa. Your favorite uncle gets more from Absa. Your roommate's cry gets more from Absa. Digital solutions get more from Absa. Rewards be bring get more from Absa. 5-star treatment get more from Absa. Preferential rate get more from Absa. Easy banking and no ane Absa. Instant loans and no ane Absa. Bank papa party and no ane Absa. NTK account and get more from Absa. Yes, join thousands of Absa customers enjoying priority treatment, preferential rates, amazing rewards, and seamless digital solutions to help you write the next big chapter of your story. Sign up for an Absa account today and get more. Your story matters. Absa.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
There was good and evil. We chose good. Why raise the time of the Most High, ye sons of men?
Unleashing the power of Relevant Radio. This is City.
Rich man's wealth is in the city.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Is his poverty, Lord?
destruction of your soul is vanity. They keep fighting me, I'm not giving up. May the realms of Zion fill my spiritual cup. Wisdom overstanding must never be too much. Give I protection day and night from even the pestilence that walk at that daylight. Destiny, mama, look from when you're calling. Destiny, mama, look from when you're calling. I wanna rule my destiny. Please, Jaja, make me rule my destiny. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Cast away their cards most, Lord. You have them in the region, in the valley of decision, restraining the Edens with a rod of iron. You know not the destiny of an next man, why hold him? Set him free for too long. I wanna rule my destiny. Oh yeah, I really wanna rule my destiny. Hear me call, call, call. Destiny, mama, look from when you calling. Destiny, mama, look from when you calling. I wanna rule my destiny. Oh, hey, help I please. I wanna rule my destiny. Where could I found? My destination is homeward bound. No forces try hold I down. Breaking chains has become the norm. I know I must get through, no matter what I want. Destiny, mama, look from when you calling. Destiny, mama, look from when you calling. Let me rule my destiny, Lord. And I tell you once more, rich man's wealth is in the city. Oh, destruction of the poor is our poverty. Yeah, destruction of her soul is vanity. Oh, do you hear? Do you hear? Whoa, whoa. There was good and evil. We chose good.
Unleashing
Why
the
raise time with the
power
most
of
die?
This
Sons
is
of men.
Citi 97.3.
The rich man's wealth is in the city. Yeah.
7:37 City Breakfast Show. Busy morning, and Caleb holding the fort as we sort of get things in place. A few birthday requests coming through. We'll give you an update on the latest with the MP for Asin South. We understand the minority. We'll address the press some point later today. And then I received a very interesting call from a friend who's been complaining about the inexplicable increase in the price of various items. And this person believes that the way Ghanaians price their products does not make sense. And he's actually saying that there appears to be, I don't know the word to use. What's the word for unjustified price hikes? What's the English word? Those who know English, please give me.
Throat cutting, No,
there's a technical word for it.
You want technical word?
You see how if you lend to somebody at a very exorbitant interest rate, it's called usury.
Yeah.
So there's a certain technical name
for unjustified
and
hikes in prices.
And I've been given. So I have an example.
Right.
I won't mention the name of the shop, but we usually would go and buy chicken.
Okay.
So this is a personal
like
example.
live chicken.
So we don't buy frozen chicken because of my stated policy.
Oh.
So we go to a place where they kill the chicken,
right,
and then they dress it for you and you send it home.
Oh, nice.
And we've been doing that for many months.
Right.
Now, prior to Salah, which is first week in April,
Yeah.
we usually got it for 150.
Oh, they said
Profiteering, yes, that's the word. Thank you.
Profiteering, okay.
150 cedis. 150, right? 150, that's what we're getting it for. Then on Salah day, the Salah weekend,
Yeah.
I sent my guy to the place and he said it was 180.
From 150 to 180.
So I said, well, maybe that day they are busy because maybe some people have brought meat for them to cut and stuff. So maybe they are engaged. So they just raise the price for that reason.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even sure chicken is part of what they use, but essentially because it's an abattoir or some place where they cut meat. So I was like, no problem. Today is Thursday, and Tuesday I sent the guy again. Now he says it's 185.
Oh, from Salah time to now is 185.
Yes, 185.
What has happened?
So I'm like, what's going on here? Now there are a lot of things. So a friend of mine is doing a building project. Now we know that cement prices have increased, and cement is quite a different issue because cement, they said there was clinker shortage. But be that as it may, cement prices have gone up pretty drastically from last year to this year. But I'm not even thinking about cement. A trip of sand, all right, sand. Around January, it was like 2,700 cedis. It's now 3K. It's now 3K for a trip of sand. Now, a trip of stones, depending on which kind, has moved from around 3,400, 3,500 to close to 4,000 cedis for a trip. Okay. Now, let me give you another one. Tiles. Tiles. In the last quarter of 2024, and by the way, we do tiles in Ghana. The last of 2024, we could get tiles for around 103, 104, 105, depending on where you are buying it from. Some of this includes locally made tiles. Guess how much you can get tiles?
Tiles.
Just take a wild guess.
For their pack. Well, you know, it's sized
Yes.
and
Yes.
all that, so I don't.
It's 130 per unit, from 105 to 130. All right. It's
105 to 130.
There's a lot. So, and my concern is that the way things are going up in Ghana generally, again, based on the little economics I know, the only two things that drive prices in Ghana are supposed to be fuel prices and the exchange rate. The currency has been relatively stable.
Yeah, it's been around.
All right, it's been hovering around 16. It went to 17, but it's basically, in fact, there are places you go, you get a 15.9ish. So the depreciation of the currency between January and March has not been that high. Okay, fuel prices, even in some price windows, has even come down briefly. So I don't understand it, and so I'm going to take a closer look at that. And the reason I don't want to use inflation is that inflation calculation is using generally year on year. So they are basically like the rate at which prices are increasing this time to last year. But generally speaking, in fact, somebody was even telling me now that beer. I don't drink beer, but all right, the person was saying that now, even if you take
Beer too has gone up.
Yeah, he was saying that, look, if you take and this person buys beer, so I can trust this person. He says he used to buy his favorite brand of beer for 135. I won't mention the brand, but those who know. And he says in February you could get 135. Now it's 210 per pack, like the carton or the number of units he buys. Think about the 135 in February to 210 now.
What?
You know. Now here's more.
Yeah, Bernard, the price hike is so real. I wanted to buy a car port for my new car at home, and it was 32,000 cedis in January. I delayed and asked of the price yesterday, and now it is 62,000. I went to 3 other places to ask, and they were all quoting 62,000 cedis. I don't believe it.
No, I like.
It's like the parking thing.
You
where
see,
park your car.
like if you have a house, a big compound, and there are different families in the house, you could have a carport where you park. They install it for you. It's like a canopy.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, so you park it under your you can park your car in the rain.
62,000.
My concern is that the drivers of price changes. I mean, again, I stand to be corrected here. Generally, the US dollar depreciation. So if the currency depreciates because people import stuff, you can say that the two main drivers of price hikes will be the exchange rate, and exchange rate feeds into the fuel, and then transportation cost, which is a product of fuel. You get it? So I would say cost of production. And by the way, most of the things we buy, we are talking about are imported. Okay, but even the ones that are local, like the tiles that are local, and then the cement as well. And this one, we're going to talk cement people for a different reason, because the cement industry has been complaining about lack of clinker. So I don't really include cement, but even with cement, it's gone up. Okay, and then as yesterday we were saying, rent arbitrarily, people are increasing their rent too. So I think in Ghana, people believe that when you have a new year, you must raise prices.
Yeah, new year, new prices.
And I don't think that's correct, because the currency has not depreciated by the level to justify the kind of price hikes we are seeing.
But it's against old income. You know?
No, there's something going wrong. And you see, I've discussed this before. There's a certain pricing culture that is I mean, what's the way? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
You know, somebody calls it price
gorging.
I don't know. Yeah, scourging. I don't. Charlie, guys, give me the right word. I don't know. Whether it's profiteering. Look. Now, I thought my chicken thing was salad because, you know, as I said, I go to and I thought maybe that day there was pressure on them. But 150 to 180 to 185.
Yeah. Let me give you a typical example. This is relating to my situation recently, right? Mm-hmm. So we had to tow the vehicle from the accident scene to the police station, and then from the police station to where we can get the estimates. The guy who came to tow the vehicle from Agbogba Road
to East Legon
to Legon Police Station, not even East Legon, he's saying he's going to take 1,500 cedis from Agbogba to Legon.
He used those old Land Rover.
I didn't even see the truck he came with. And then the guy who's come for it from Legon Police Station to Odona asked for 800 cedis. So it's so arbitrary. Do you get it? From Legon Agbogba, almost like Wisconsin, to Legon Police Station, you are demanding 1,500.
And then from Legon to Odona was 800.
800 cedis. So that guy.
So where did you get the Odona guy from?
It was Maxwell who organized that.
Who organized the first one?
Same Maxwell, but I don't know. The guy claims that they entered there. It was just some long story, but we had to haggle, and I said, "I should wait. The man is not dying yet." So
you know, my worry is
it's very arbitrary,
and we also cannot regulate prices in the way that, you know. I mean, for example, if it's a telco company that's pricing data, you can ask the Minister for Telecoms to intervene, right? Yeah. But pricing of towing cars, tomatoes on the market, cement, you can say, and of course, Katie Hammond tried this, and we were sort of,
it didn't work.
You get it. But a trip of sand, ask anybody who's building. And my question is, usually when diesel goes up, you know, so this is a very important thing to look at. So I don't know whether there's been any serious, because if you look at the pricing window from January to April, called Duncan Amwa, sometimes the thing even comes down. So you cannot, I don't know whether it's just, well, so for example, fruits, again, let me talk about fruits. So because people break their fast with fruits.
Yeah. It went up.
So maybe you can say demand and supply, right? So in the fasting period, people need dates and things. So maybe there's a demand on it. So it goes up. But I think a lot of it's arbitrary. It's almost like, I've gone to get this thing for maybe 200 cedis a carton. And I was selling it for a profit of maybe 300. But now that people need it, so let me just raise it to 500.
Yeah, that's how it is.
It's very exploitative, and I feel like we need a bit more social discourse around it. I'm not even sure if it's government regulation we need. We need a more honest conversation about how we price things in Ghana.
But folks are even saying school fees has also gone up as a result within the period.
New year, new fees.
I don't get
what is costing it. But you know, is the government charging more for running a school? Are you building new classrooms? Are you buying more material for the students? It is a bit.
And while at it, are you also increasing the earning of your teachers? Because most of them, they are earning the same thing. You are increasing the school fees. Your teachers are earning the same thing. Parents are earning the same, but everything else is going up. It's really somewhere.
It's something. And for me, what I want to do is maybe my experience and the experience of the people talking to me
is limited.
So
perhaps.
Please help me. I'm giving product categories: tomatoes, chicken that you go and they kill for you.
Yes.
A trip of sand, a trip of stones,
yes.
A bag of cement, a bottle of beer,
tiles,
a square foot of tiles, bananas, bananas.
No, banana. If you give them 5 cedis, you'll be sad when they give you
bananas.
You'll be very sad.
You know, am I making this up or is this correct?
But there are so many messages.
And the other point is, if you're a seller, I'm looking for help.
Yeah.
Is there like a timetable for increasing price?
So formula.
NDC has come to power. There's a new government, so let's increase price. Or we are in January, let's increase price.
Yes.
Or we just did Salah, so let's increase price. Or Christmas is coming, let's increase price.
Everything.
Because I don't understand how you can buy something in, and this is my chicken thing that I can't believe it. February we bought chicken for 150.
Yeah.
March ending, they say it's 180. We thought it was because of Salah.
April beginning,
yesterday,
185.
It's 185.
I'd like to know for bread as well, because I don't buy a lot of bread. But you remember the other time you asked what 55 Ghana cedis can buy for people, and we're talking about roasted plantain and all. I was shocked recently to find out there's even 7 cedi roasted plantain, and that's really something very small.
And the cement trajectory is particularly worrying for me. But because I'll be speaking to cement people later today, but I even found that the cement price hike for average a bit shocking. You know, and I think that again, because the way our marketplaces are and our selling culture, there is a certain exploitative streak where people just decide to raise the price because it's a new year.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. And I feel like there needs to be, and this is the other problem, right? Those who sell in formal settings, so like Melcom, they pay taxes on. So, for example, if you go and buy something from a shop, which gives you a receipt, you get a VAT receipt, and there's a tax build up there. You can understand
see everything.
So I can say that for some of the places, the tax issue, but a lot of the things I'm buying are not even tax issues. Banana, chicken that somebody kills for me, if I go and buy a trip of sand, they don't pay tax. I don't think they pay tax.
They don't.
All right, on that, I go and buy beer. They probably pay tax on the beer. Okay, but tomatoes, do they pay tax on tomatoes? I don't think so. And so the government even doesn't even make money directly from these guys. So.
Yeah. They're profiting.
The guy who kills the chicken for me, I don't think he pays tax. Maybe he just pays business operating something. So my challenge is a lot of people in the informal economy who really don't even pay direct tax are rather the ones doing the profiteering. Whereas standardized selling in a formal setting, they will probably announce. So newspapers announce that they are moving their thing from 5 to 8. I went to buy some shoes for my boy a couple of days ago, and I was given a whole build up of why I paid what I paid. Okay, a couple of days ago, I went to buy papaya. They will give you the breakdown of what you are buying. But these guys I'm talking about, you just go to a regular place to buy, and they're just raising their price. And I really don't know whether and I don't want to call government in. You know, so let's talk as Ghanaians before we even deal with government. Am I missing something? Is there a formula for pricing in Ghana that is different from other countries? Yes, we're talking about rent.
Yeah.
That you have to pay 2 years advance. Somebody explained that, you need to justify that demand supply. What is going on? Ghanaians, what is going on with pricing? Please help me. Let's pay some bills. Let me do some requests before. But I didn't ask. It has worried me.
It's paying you.
It has worried me a lot.
We are killing ourselves, is what my friend says. But let me pay some bills before we get into other matters and continue this one. So, if you're ready to drive innovation and take the next step in your career, apply for Ashesi University's master's programs, which combine world-class education with African relevance, regardless of your career aspirations. And Ashesi master's program equips you with the skills, ethics, and network to lead boldly. Applications are open for our 2025 cohorts. Learn more at ashesi.edu.gh. Now, renewing your motor insurance policy with SG Ghana is not just about getting reliable cover for you and your vehicle. There are amazing extra benefits that will blow your mind. So from now until the 31st of May, buy or renew your comprehensive motor insurance policy with SG Ghana, Sound Drive, and win big. You stand a chance of winning a 2-night all-expense paid stay for 2 at the luxurious Safari Valley Resort. You could also win 4 brand new tires or free car servicing for a whole year. There is more. Get up to 1,000 Ghana cedis free fuel instantly just for renewing or buying your comprehensive motor insurance policy from SG Ghana. Call 0302 214-314 for more information, or walk to the nearest SG Ghana branch to buy or renew your motor insurance policy today. It's a promo that's regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. SG Ghana Sound Drive is underwritten by Sanlam Alliance General. Alliance General.
Yes.
Terms and conditions apply. Societe General Ghana, the future is you. Now, if you're looking for a delicious snack for both kids and adults, try Bell Move flavored milk. Bell Move comes in chocolate and sweet strawberry flavors. It's perfect for any time of the day, for your lunch boxes, after school snacks, or a quick pick me up. For bulk distribution, please call 0544 335 900 or 0544 335 800. Bell Move is maliciously delicious, another quality product from Bell Aqua.
So there's a few birthday requests on the platform. If you can do that for me.
I took care of some earlier. A few more are here. Happy birthday. This is the 6th birthday to Melina Nakoyo Abe. A bright, beautiful, bold little girl. You light up every room with your laughter, your questions, your hugs, and your dance moves. Keep being a star, the star that you are. We love you more than words can say. This is from your parents, Nayo and Apioko, your grandparents, your uncles, aunties, and all your siblings. This one says, good morning, Mr. Able. Happy birthday to Thelma Martina Alma. Long life and happiness to you and and all you do. May God grant you all your heart's desires. This is from Richie and baby Na Paula.
Meanwhile, today is the birthday of Brother Bernard Owusu, who's the chairman of TUC. And we want to say happy solidarity birthday to you, Brother Bernard.
Yeah, man.
Brother Bernard, happy birthday to you.
Yeah, man.
A couple of quick announcements.
Yes,
by the way,
please.
I think of it, you stopped cooking for your footballers, eh?
Yes,
That's
I can.
right. Because I know in the past you used to buy
condo and all those things. I don't do that anymore.
So how do they eat?
You don't want to know.
Don't give them money.
I can't.
So you send them home?
No, I'm not sending them home, but they are managing.
The academy has collapsed.
Yeah. No, it hasn't collapsed. But academy hasn't collapsed though.
But you used to cook kenke and
when things were good.
You used to have like a big saucepan. So and then they'll go to the market and buy and cook for the boys. So now the boys are growing lean.
No, it's true. It's true. We are not able to provide the kind of nutrition we use. No, but here's the thing, because that it's expensive, Bernard.
Feed the hungry. Give them food to eat. This is what Jesus said.
If you support me,
why not? Never invited me to be a shareholder in this academy.
No, me, I take Gary, I take a bro,
because
I take
in the
everything.
past, he used to go to get people to the market to buy and cook for the boys, but now he stopped.
And the economy,
it's not good.
The economy bled me.
But you know my problem, the dollar is not, the currency is not depreciating that much. It's been stable for a while.
Yeah.
Usually, fuel prices and the currency drive these things. So I'm saying that between November and today, there is no justification for increasing price.
Maybe the prices are lagging behind the inflation.
Come on, they've always increased the prices. Always. They've always.
I think when they wake up and it says, "Oh, Happy New Year, Happy New price.
New year, new price.
New month. We're in a new quarter, so we're in Q3. Okay, so January to March.
Q3 prices.
Yeah, we are in Q2.
But Ben, you're an economist. You know that people are considered rational economic actors. So there has to be a rationale behind it. That's your discipline. That's what you guys believe.
I disagree with a lot of things economics teaches.
Okay, fair enough.
But the point I'm saying though is that I think Ghana is a very unique situation. I swear. Look, even with rent, I think there's a certain, I don't know about Nigeria, but I know that Francophone Africa, of course, you can say that because their inflation is less volatile. But I am saying that inflation is even coming down generally.
Yeah, that's something that maybe is a lag. Maybe the effect, maybe we are now getting to where the prices should be.
I need somebody in business psychology to do a study to examine the Ghanaian business mind against other business. I personally think that the concept of business in Ghana is basically adding, like the Ghanaians' understanding of business is
boom.
Yes, I go and buy it for 2 and I add 3 to make it 5 and sell to you.
But this is an economy of middlemen. So you
yeah,
have to understand.
But I feel like that's part of the problem. It's like we think of business not as, for example, volumes, where if I sold maybe a lot at a small margin, we are interested in high value, high margin.
I think a lot of people feel
turbo
like
mentality.
I feel like a lot of people feel like they want to make one deal and retire. They behave like they're looking for like when you watch a heist movie. Yeah. And the guy is like, I have to do my last big heist, like, so I can retire. Yeah. It's like that. I understand you, but I'm also saying that I'm trying to also give people I've never done business. That's why I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt that they are rational actors. They are not just increasing the price.
No, they are irrational.
Increasing the price.
When economists talk about being irrational, it's saying they are looking at their self-interest. So so the rational is using the concept of saying I will not work against my own self-interest.
I know, but
this is irrational.
But you see,
or this is rather unreasonable.
Maybe, but you see, we are also consumers looking at the price going up. So we are also speaking from our perspective. And that's why I want to also be fair, because like I said, because I've never run a business, when I see prices going up and things, to me it's like,
but there are also some arbitrary things. So for example, let me give you an example. A friend of mine said he's buying a certain brand of water. Okay, so he's saying that it's not just a question of high price hikes. So he says, I buy a bag of specialized water for 8 cedis at a shop in the same area. Another person sells it for 10 cedis in the same area. So it's like, how do you have a 2 cedi price differential for a bag of the same brand of water?
But it depends on maybe their supplier. You see, and that's the thing, because we are not there. I can understand you that it doesn't make sense on the face of it that 2 shops next to each other, one is 8 cedis and one is 10 cedis. I don't disagree with you, but for all you know, the person saying at 10 cedis is getting it from someone who's getting it from the factory. And maybe the 8 cedis guy is going straight to the factory. I'm just giving an example. Like I'm trying to.
Or could it be that the day he went to buy for 8 cedis, he was wearing shorts, and the other day he was driving a car?
And maybe even the operating cost of each store might be informing their price. There's a lot of. I feel like we should also be trying to be fair. I get it. Don't worry, the prices are ridiculous.
We need to establish the base. I'm not being. See, Susu, I think we need to establish the point that there is a certain trend for price gouging in Ghana, which is very unique to us. It is, and for me, I think it goes to what we see as business. For us, business means I buy, as you said, middlemen. I take from a cheap place. Look, I'll tell you something. There was a market that the Kwapim North MP.
Yes, Ofie market.
So he said he was doing a market in Ekropong, where he was going to get people from the farm gate to bring produce. So the place you usually get food is Adoso. But he said, I'm going to create a market where people will bring the food straight from, so that it will be cheaper for people to buy. Do you know what happened? People went early in the morning,
bought everything,
and they went to resell next to where they are selling at a higher price. You get it? So he's basically, this MP, and I can confirm this. So Sami Ewuku, he said, okay, you guys say you can't come to Medina Market, it's too far. Adoso is far. So I'm an MP. So he provided trucks. And he said, you guys said bringing the food to the market is the problem. So he, as MP, provided trucks and said, let's bring all the food to a central location. So all the guys from Obosomase to can come and buy. MP is doing his stuff. People went there very early in the morning, went to just amass the thing. and then set up smaller shops around and then raise the price sometimes by 50%.
You know, can I say something?
Why
you know,
this?
maybe this is why our governments are doing all the things they do with imports, because you know that all we know how to do is buy and sell. Maybe that's why we have to deal with high import costs. Remember, we're talking about import costs and the port and everything. Maybe that's why, because they've seen that that's our mind. Because if we are saying that Ghanaians, all we know how to do is buy and sell, then we have to agree with the government that this is what you can tax, because it's buying and selling.
But it's not value adding, and it's also the effect of that is that we can't be competitive. You see, because if our pricing cannot allow us to buy, because you see, we do price gouging, yet the Chinese are able to produce and sell at a lower cost. So which is why a lot of people, when they want to print, they still go to China. So we lose business. So maybe I want to do a book, I'll go to China because the Chinese will be more reasonable in the pricing. So look, people even tell me that you can go to a shop in Ghana to do, and Nigerian will sell it cheaper than a Ghanaian.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot.
You get it? So I think there's a certain, and we have to have an honest conversation with ourselves that we have certain tendencies, which if we don't deal with as a society, we cannot advance economically. Because if you cannot have a reasonable pricing regime and the relationship between the buyer and the seller is not based on some accepted rules, but we're all doing quick one and say, I want to cheat you, I want to cheat you. How are you going to survive society? You know, so anyway, when we come back, somebody can help me because I'm frustrated. This morning I woke up on the other side of my bed. So everything's annoying me.
What did you pay for last week that's making you feel this way?
I went to buy chicken. And we buy the chicken. They killed the chicken for us. And then it was 150, it went to 180, it's now 185. So when the new consignment we buy finishes, we go every 2-3 weeks. So I'm going now, it's going to buy me 200.
Okay,
and it's the same size of chicken.
You know, he's feeding a lot of 4 boys and a girl, right?
Yeah, but the point is that, so think about it. So what if I said I'm just going to buy frozen chicken from the US? I don't want to give my kids that. So I'm saying, kill the chicken. I'm
patronizing local business,
and you are moving me from 150. So what if I say Papa Nyeshi Aboni Nyeshi? So or if some Chinese guy comes set up a factory and I say I'll go and buy his chicken, then you'll be complaining.
That's the reality.
You get the thing. Meanwhile, I've been loyal to you for 2 years. So you didn't even give me the courtesy. 150, 180, 185.
And they won't send you a message to even let you know ahead of time. You just go and they slap it in your face, take it or
and
leave
I'm a loyal guy too.
No, it's not loyal to you, baby. Bernard, if you're sending money to Nigeria, Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Kenya, Djibouti, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, it's very easy now. First Bank Ghana through PAPS, that is the Pan-African Payment and Settlement Systems, is helping you do that with ease and convenience. All you need to do is to visit any of our branches. I'm talking about First Bank. We have branches across the country. Go with your cash. Your money is transferred in no time. If you want to receive money, you would need an account with us. This is one way we are putting you first. Please call us 0596 921 921 to find out more. First Bank, you first. First Bank, together with Telecel, is proud to sponsor Tech and Social Media Trends, which is coming your way shortly. Now, if you're looking for the best value data and voice offers that are tailored to your unique needs at Telecel, we understand everyone has their own preference. That's why we have the unbeatable Made For Me bundles made just for you. The Made For Me bundles are affordable, customized data and voice packages personalized for you. Simply dial *530# or download the Telecel Play app to subscribe to your special Made For Me bundle. Telecel, connecting energies.
Alright, so let's get straight into the segment now. Susu, what's the big trend?
So very interesting trends. Of course, there was football yesterday, but an off-the-field issue was the most interesting. Matic and Onana. Yes, so Andrew Onana, Manchester United's goalkeeper, said that he thinks that his team are the better team in the tie and should be considered the favourites. And Nemanja Matic didn't respond well to that at all for whatever reason. And he publicly called out Onana and said that Onana is statistically one of the worst keepers in the history of Manchester United.
Which is true.
Did he provide the data?
Oh, that was.
Do you think Onana is one of the better goalkeepers Manchester United has had?
But if
he's better than Masibo Taibbi.
You can use data to prove that.
Matic sitting where he is not supposed to be the one providing data.
He's just hitting. You should get out.
And then Onana responded that sometimes people take the things the wrong way in football, but he's honored to have won something with this great club, unlike other players. So it's going to be a very interesting Thursday night when the two teams face.
What did Matic win with Man U?
Nothing. That's exactly why he said that. So It will be a very interesting Thursday night for sure.
They do well, because if he goes to concede 3 goals, then
exactly.
As a goalkeeper, you see involving yourself in all this, and the other keeper too, Aston Villa keeper too, unnecessary controversy. Go and wear an Argentina cap in France with 4 World unnecessary things in Guam.
And that's why they made him lie down.
He drank 3 goals.
Yeah, that's why they made him lie down.
Martinez.
Yeah, but that match really didn't trend that much. I think Ghanaians are more interested in Barcelona. So Barcelona and Dortmund was what trended, and Barcelona gave Dortmund a very good beating.
I tell you.
Yes. So that was a tough one for Dortmund. Considering that they got to a Champions League final last season, it's very disappointing to see them beaten so badly. But it is what it is. And this led into Lionel Messi also trending. But he was trending from 3 different angles. So people were comparing him and Lamine Yamal because they played the same position. They were both teenage prodigies, and people were saying, "Hey, was Messi doing this at 17? Are we sure Lamine Yamal is not a better talent?" They are putting a lot of weight on the young boy's shoulders.
Worrying him.
Then Rafinha also equaled Lionel Messi's Barcelona record for most goal contributions in the Champions League season, which is even more significant because, as we know, we are in the quarter-final round. And when Messi did it, he played the whole tournament. So it shows that Rafinha is almost guaranteed.
Is very good.
Rafinha is almost guaranteed to break the record.
And I think the coach has gotten the right combination.
Yes.
He's gotten the right combination.
And even from yesterday, people were talking about Messi because they're comparing Declan Rice's free kick to his free kick against Liverpool and saying which one was better.
I remember the 3-0 against Liverpool.
Exactly. So a lot of...
But Declan Rice free kick was serious. The second one was like, this is what they call 90. He put it
they have a stat called post-shot XG, which gives the keeper's chance of saving the shot. Yes. And the keeper's chance was 3%. So there wasn't really much he could have done.
Where he put the second one.
Exactly.
Even if the keeper was...
That's why they gave him 3% chance of saving it. Charlie. And then the last one is Messi. Messi said that he will trend for his own reasons. So Messi dropped a masterclass against LAFC in the MLS last night. So he scored for Inter Miami, exactly. Against LAFC, that's Olivier Giroud's team. Okay. He scored 2 goals and got an assist. Scored a free kick. Scored a great goal into the top corner.
So let me ask you, Messi in the US and Ronaldo in Saudi, which is a more competitive league?
Oh, I don't want to. If I start, they will say that I'm
a lot of new players have gone to Saudi too.
Who end up running away after 6 months?
Oh, there are quite a lot of them. Firmino, Sadio Mane, Koulibaly,
but
and things.
The thing is,
so you think MLS is still stronger?
Yes,
MLS is tougher.
All the indications indicate that the MLS is supposedly a better league, and I think also the infrastructure and things they've built is a lot better. The Saudis are trying to build.
So MLS gets a lot of talent from both US and South America.
Yeah,
so it will be
and they have a lot more players in their prime. A lot of players from in the Americas who are playing there are in their prime. It looks like what happens in Saudi is a lot of these top European players are going towards the end of their career. A few are going at the beginning, but I think because they are trying to build the league, you have to start by attracting the
MLS
talent.
Is higher than
for now, for sure. But maybe with the investment, maybe in 5-10 years,
so if
it could change.
Miami played a match against Al Nassr.
I think Al Nassr will win though, because what it is that you see, the quality of the league is not necessarily the quality of the best teams in the league.
Very good point.
Because I think the average MLS team might be better than the average Saudi team, but the top Saudi teams are probably better than the top MLS teams. That's probably the best way to look at it. So I think that's what the difference is. So I think Al Nassr might be able to beat Inter Miami, but
somebody should organize it.
They actually did play a friendly. I think Al Nassr might. That's why I said
because of the quality of players in that particular team.
Which quality of which one?
Oh, there's Sadio Mane, there's Messi himself.
John Duran,
Ronaldo, Sadio Mane. That's a
they have
you seen who plays at Inter Miami?
Messi and who else?
Busquets
plays at Inter Miami. Jordi Alba plays. Luis Suarez plays at.
Don't mean too much.
Oh, what? Forget.
Forget.
No. See, these are people who take care of themselves.
So are you saying that if Inter Miami play a match against Al Nassr, Inter Miami will win?
Oh, they'll whitewash.
Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you.
I don't think whitewash.
I don't think I'm not even going to try it out. They'll whitewash Al Nassr.
Suarez, if he needs, if he walk again.
Oh, I know if he walk,
he make too old.
Oh no, he's fine.
But Suarez was actually doing very well in Grêmio before he joined Inter Miami. That's in the Brazilian.
Maybe Redondo plays at Inter Miami.
The young
Redondo plays at Inter Miami.
The son of the older one.
Yes, and this was a kid who.
Every top
European team wanted this boy. He decided to go to Inter Miami.
There were some really quality players in there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, don't let it look like Inter Miami. Inter Miami is perhaps one of the most loaded MLS teams we have ever seen.
You know what? Let somebody organize the match.
I can organize it.
You know the problem with that match. The problem with that match is some people will take it seriously, some people won't take it seriously because they're friendly. There's no competitive reason for them to play. If they met maybe in the Club World Cup or something, we could actually see.
Expand the Club World Cup.
But it has been expanded.
But you see, so Inter Miami qualified.
MLS teams.
No, Inter Miami qualified because the host nation gets one team and they won the Supporters Shield, which is the regular season. They didn't win the MLS Cup.
Are Saudi teams in the Club
I
World
think
Cup?
I think Al Ittihad might be in it because they won the AFC Champions League.
No.
But you see,
Al-Nassr is not there.
It's okay.
But
Technically.
Al is pretty much the same as the club.
Panorama.
Because you don't watch football.
You don't like football.
Let's do techniques now.
Sorry.
What do you do for fun?
No, when you are talking about these things, when I also start talking about Philodendron Princess, I'm sure you all be lost.
Let Philodendron trend.
What's that?
It's
the flower.
Yes, precisely.
So you like flowers?
So let's
he likes gardening.
Let's do tech.
I should come to you. I need to learn. I need to learn some gardening, so I'll come to you.
Let's do techniques.
You garden for fun. Charlie, Charlie, when you build.
No, it's okay.
You garden.
No, as you are talking about, I can tell you how prices of monsteras have moved from 150 to 300 and all.
You should tell us.
Let's do tech.
I just have to do it. Let's do the trends is you're right. You link. So Baku is also trending. Unfortunate scenes in Baku, as we saw. So there was a clash between the Kusasi youth and the security services regarding access to the new market, and we are hearing that some people have died and have been injured. So another escalation, the Baku conflict, unfortunately. But it seems that the conflict is not improving. So we hope that things change in the coming months. Right. And lastly, our good friend Reverend Intim Fojo. Of course, and exactly another crazy day in the life of Intim Fojo.
I think the national security overreacts, and the kind of people they send. I mean, I don't even understand.
I don't like the addressing was very.
It's terrible to go to somebody's house with people holding guns in that crude manner. An MP. If you want to question somebody, is that a way to do it? I mean, we should be serious.
We have to ask the question: where are the police in all of this?
They were standing outside. Fred, who saw about a few policemen, they were outside. They were there, but they were not even the ones in the house.
So, and you see, when you see the pictures of the national security, I feel like anybody will feel threatened when they come to your house because
when masks. Oh, are they serious? It's like, what is this?
You know why sometimes I don't have sympathy? Last time we spoke about this, I spoke to you about oversight. People will end up just insulting because they don't understand some of these things. You, the parliamentarian, who has the power of oversight over those people? Because you don't exercise your power properly, that is what they will do to you.
That's a long discussion for a different.
And the last one is in the tech news. It looks like Chinese sellers on Amazon are going to hike prices or exit the US markets because of these tariffs. So the trade war between China and the US is taking a very interesting turn as all tariffs were paused.
Please don't go there. Some sellers will start telling me that they raise their prices.
That's true. They can tell you. Our people will tell you.
And that's why I am clarifying that all tariffs have been paused on everybody. But
they didn't hear that news item.
They have already raised their price.
And I'm telling them right now, authoritatively, all tariffs have been paused on every country except China.
Thank you.
Except China. So it's going to cause a lot of chaos on Amazon.
It's too late.
And so the Amazon there, if you're in the US, you are doomed.
You just give some of the sellers an escape route.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we say to bank be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see crap, yeah. Think about you first. about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Auntie, mami fufuo 20 Ghana. Me pe fufuo ne nkwan kwa. Sisi a sanya Ghana akone de ya bonu 010. Meme wanu ni.
Telecel de. Yenim so bia ne ope. Enu nti ni aye made for me bundle. Ya data ne call packages are F4. Ni aye ma won kwa. Made for me bundles. Send you we need je ho. But *530# na top made for me bundles. Sisi a.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Did you know that the UK and Europe offer some of the best high-paying jobs and career opportunities for Ghanaians? But first, you would need to understand the UK and Europe job market, the courses that are in high demand, and the universities that offer the best partial scholarships. Best Education Services warmly invites you to the 2025 UK and Europe Education and Career Fair this April. Come and apply instantly for admissions into courses with paid internship and high graduate employment. Partial scholarship from universities and courses sponsored under UK government scholarship schemes. Special opportunities exist for people interested in healthcare, social work, construction, engineering, multimedia communications, and information technology. Come and learn about the UK post-study work visa and pathway to the skills worker visa. Date 22nd April 2025, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Venue is Ibis Style Hotel, Airport City. Best Education UK and Europe Education and Career Fair is free. Register now by calling or WhatsApping 0256 299 709.
Football's magic never fades, even from the couch. The sound of halftime banter replays at the touch of a button. Sharing with my chosen crew, pure game magic. It's like I'm there, but with a better view from the comfort of my home. Priceless. From the March 3rd to April 30th, pay with your MasterCard, online or in-store, and stand a chance to win a unique priceless viewing experience of the UEFA Champions League final for you and your friends. MasterCard, proud supporter of non-stop fans. T&Cs apply.
Sankofa fufrabo, pepe powder, bekwa ojawo. Sankofa pepe powder, sankofa pepe powder, sankofa pepe powder. Abuna abonje krakra, sankofa pepe powder, sankofa pepe powder. Ojawo.
At Phoenix Insurance, we make the unpredictable predictable and the uncertain certain with our range of products, including motor insurance, fire insurance, engineering insurance, marine insurance, accident insurances, and all types of bonds. We have you covered. We also support you with risk management advice to enable you stay focused on your business. Take a policy with Phoenix Insurance today. We help you rise from adversity stronger and more secure. Contact us on 0302-246319 or 0302-246644. Phoenix Insurance, a delightful service experience delivered with wisdom. This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
still trying to figure out the logic of Ghanaian pricing. I've received some very useful comments which will help the discussion.
Okay.
I want to understand the basis for which people raise their prices in Ghana because I can't really see the formula well.
Well,
I'm going to do a few quick announcements before I do that, though. If you're looking to upgrade your bathroom, kitchen, or flooring, don't settle for average. Step into the world of luxury with Vaniado.
Okay.
Whether you're building a dream home or renovating a space you love, Vaniado has exactly what you need. From stunning luxury bathrooms to sleek modern kitchens and premium tiles, Vaniado is where elegance meets everyday living. You'll find top global brands, expert guidance, and something for every taste and budget without compromising on quality. Visit the Vaniado showroom located on Ring Road opposite Laboni Junction and let's bring your vision to life. Call us on 0550 00031 or 024 438 0293. That's 024 438 0293. Vaniado. Live beautifully, build smart. The future of energy is Translight Solar, your trusted brand in solar solutions for the past decade, making it easier for you to have your own reliable solar power system. With our flexible payment program starting at 49,000 cedis, we can power your home or business by paying just 30% upfront and spreading the rest over a 12 to 24 month period. You can pay as low as 1,650 per month. That's Ghana cedis. Don't wait. Go to translightsolar.com or call 0504 249 229. That's 0504 249 229. Translight Solar, wherever there's sunlight, there is Translight. We understand the unique journey of women in business, from juggling multiple responsibilities to navigating financial complexities and societal expectations. Your resilience and vision inspires. This is why we've created the She Business account, tailored to empower visionary women leaders like you. With collateral-free loans of up to 2 million cedis, insurance coverage, discounted loan interest rates, and capacity building programs, the She Business account is the banking solution for you. Visit the nearest ABSA branch or call 0302 429 150 for more information. Your story matters, ABSA. And be an Ashforeman now. Your living room deserves class, warmth, and memory. Ashford produces masterclass range of sofas and couches to fit in every corner and space in your living room or balcony. Enjoy 10% discount on any of our sofas and couches. We have showrooms across the country. Delight yourself with Ashford stylish living. We do free delivery to your doorstep, but please be mindful of internet fraudsters. Call 0243 200 729. That's 0243 200 729. Be an Ashformer. Ashform. Feel it.
Know it.
Know it.
Yeah, man. And for those of you who enjoy your football, don't just watch, feel every moment of passion like a true football fan. From conducting every pass, analyzing every play, and celebrating every goal like it's your own. That's passion felt, lived, and shared. That's priceless. Look out for the MasterCard booth at the Accra Mall Decathlon store on the weekend starting 28th March to the 30th of April for a chance to win branded MasterCard memorabilia and engage your favorite stars. It promises to be truly priceless. MasterCard, proud supporter of non-stop funds. Now we all want a little more sleep before the alarm goes off, a little more time to finish that project, and a little more butter for our bread, because let's be honest, more is always better. Take my friend Nee, for example. When I caught up with him last week, I realized he's crafting a life of more with the ABSA Ultimate account. The ABSA Ultimate account isn't just a banking product for Nee, it's a chance to have more. ABSA Ultimate account gives you retrenchment insurance cover of up to 50,000 Ghana cedis, hospital cashback benefits, access to seamless digital solutions, travel insurance of up to 1 million Ghana cedis, and other amazing benefits, over 30 of them. If you want more, of course, I know you do, sign up for the Ultimate account today and get more. Your story matters, ABSA.
All right, so let's go for it. Help me with some comments.
Okay,
explaining why this type of pricing. Tiles gone up, cement gone up, beer has gone up, chicken has gone up, tomatoes gone up. Fuel prices pretty stable. Currency hasn't depreciated that much. So what is going on? Why are Ghanaian sellers ripping us off?
Okay, so this one says artisans charge per increase of material, especially masons. As soon as cement goes up, they increase there by day. So this is one that you can consider. Good morning, listening to you can some of us build? Will prices of goods ever come down in this country? Is it inflation that is causing this, or we are just wicked as a people? Good morning from Akosia.
Right.
Good morning, guys. I have a poultry farm in Hohoe, and I always kill my birds and dress them to bring to Accra, Afienya, for 150 Ghana cedis. But I don't get market. Frank from Afienya says.
Because my guy kills it and gives it to me now it's 185. Maybe I need to take his number.
Yeah.
But Hoho is far. By the time he comes, the chicken.
No, he says he comes to Afienya.
But to change color, Hoho is too far.
Yeah.
Oh, the chicken from Hoho to Afienya will change color.
That is even if he has a cold chain.
But even the one that comes from America, we are fine.
No, that's why we have stopped eating that one.
So you've been chewing the...
Yeah, the fiakukono.
That's my
kill it for him.
The
Live
black one.
color. That one, the bone is harder. When you crack it brown.
Or brown.
Oh, so that means you are dealing with the layer or the broiler?
Yes.
I thought you were dealing with
So they kill either spenders or broilers. No.
Okay.
It's a serious problem.
Good morning.
185.
Anytime cement price goes up, labor goes up. Mason will charge you 120 Ghana cedis in January. Now they take 200 Ghana cedis.
How does the cement price affect the mason?
Cement, what you do? The cement gets heavier.
It's unreasonable.
The cement is heavy.
I am the one buying the cement. So if the cement price has gone up, you should even charge me less. So why is Mason raising his price because cement price has gone up?
Because the cement has become heavier. Bernard, do we have consumer protection agency at all?
We discussed this yesterday.
My Pajero air conditioning motor was 450 Ghana cedis last year. In August, just yesterday, I found out that it is going for 1,800 Ghana cedis. I still can't fix the AC in my car. We are suffering together, my brother. We are suffering together.
Open the window.
Yeah, we are doing natural air.
The Charlie AC,
L from Kofodia says, "Good morning, men of valor. Let me bust your brain on this price thing. You remember government made a 10% increment on basic salary. A school I know in my vicinity called for a PTA meeting, and guess what? They've increased school fees and we asked why, and to my surprise, the owner said it's because government has increased salaries, so she has to increase her school fees, running off her school and increase the salary of workers in her school. Many of us were vexed and we walked out of the meeting. Bernard,
yes.
Even school fees has been increased by 20%.
20%.
Nathan from Afienya says this one. Bernard, with the tow truck issues, the type of truck usually determines the cost of service. Bernard, the beer issue started way back Christmas. There's a society in town, and the price moved from 135 to 185 Ghana cedis for a crate when it was restocked. For a week now, I've been moving from place to place looking for beer to buy for my chop bar, but to no avail. I have always maintained that it's largely the greed of Ghanaians that drive prices up. Why else do you think they refuse to reduce prices even when all the conditions are favorable? You know, in the UK, during festive seasons, almost all the major supermarkets drop prices of items mostly consumed. An example is during Ramadan and Eid festivities. Prices of rice was cut down drastically. Unlike Ghana, we are our own enemies. Businesses want to make literally between 50 and 100% of these hikes, and they are caused by the market women. If a price regulatory authority is established and is effective, it will help us. During COVID, the Afro-Caribbean shops in Lewisham, Peckham, and Croydon inflated their prices. This was reported, and immediately a hotline was established to report any shop hiking prices. This is Manchebi from Caterham.
Such a beautiful comment. So when in the UK they are lowering prices for Ramadan, we are raising prices to exploit people. Meanwhile, and this includes those who are even praying too. Let me talk to John.
If I say it's free advertising, but when you went to Palace, they did their sale. They were doing sale.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The more structured shops actually don't do that. This is more the informal guys.
So there's a comment that confirms that, for example, about the more structured shops and all of that.
The more structured shops, because they sort of give you an itemized breakdown of what you are paying for. They don't do arbitrary price increases.
So this one says, that's how I discovered banana is cheaper at Malcolm than my neighborhood vendor. Meat and chicken, you realize the departmental shops have correct scales and you won't be cheated. Even Medina Market is no longer cheap, I'm told.
Let's talk to John Awuni. He is an executive of the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana, but I'm talking to him as somebody who buys and sells. So John, this morning I was going through some numbers, and my own personal example is chicken, where I buy my chicken in town, where it is dressed for me. Up until February ending, even Valentine's period, it was 150 cedis. First week in April, I sent somebody, they said it was 180. 2 days ago is now 185, and we are seeing that in many areas. I mean, what are your thoughts? Do you have evidence to debunk what I'm saying or to buttress it? Because you are in the Food and Beverage Association. Are you guys overcharging us, or am I the one making a mountain out of a molehill?
Well, Bernard, thank you very and then good morning to your listeners. And I'm quite happy that you people, your attention has been drawn to this phenomenon. And let me say that this has not been something new. Lest we politicize it and say that, look, the NDC is just in power for the 3 months and this is what the prices are going up and all that. No. I have always done research in this country, and I do that basically almost every 2 weeks. I send people to the field to gather data for me. For over the years, I have done that for the past over 20 years. And I've always noticed that one thing that has come very clear in this country is that it appears people just don't have any basis of increasing prices. When they wake up in the morning, wherever part of the bed they lay on, then they increase the price. Because for me, the basis of price increment in this country must be the exchange rate, more especially as we deal with the U.S. currency. So if you have the local currency depreciating significantly against the dollar over a period, then there is the need for prices to increase. And then also if you have international prices increasing in view of the fact that we import a lot. But you realize that sometimes these factors remain stable. International food prices are not increasing, exchange rate is stable, and yet prices are going up across board, whether they be transport fares, whether they are locally produced goods, they are foreign goods, people just increase arbitrarily. And occasions where I've had the opportunity to speak with government people in private, I say, look, the issue of governance is just not to just be in your office and then all that. In fact, when you come into office, try and interact with the business groups and also try to find out ways by which you can have reason with them in terms of their price increment. With the factors you have released, Bernard, it is quite worrying because you realize that, let me take the locally produced goods, almost prices increase every week. You take tomato, the small paint bucket has increased last week from 70 to 150 cedis. Tomatoes.
From in which market?
In the Madina market, for instance, and Agbogloshi market. And I go to Madina, I go to Agbogloshi, and I get these figures down. So it has increased from 80 cedis to 150 cedis.
Hey, over which period?
I just told you that last week to this week.
80 cedis to 150 cedis.
150. Go to Madina market and find out how much that and verify.
So it's even worse than I thought.
On the 18th of December, I sent somebody to go and check for drinks without mentioning specific brands. But beer has increased from 140 cedis, 18th December 2024, to yesterday as we took the data to 210 cedis.
140 to 210.
To 210.
Per carton?
Per carton, 12 bottles in it.
Same place you bought it?
Same place. But these are not like you don't go to one place.
I know. This is between which period to which period?
There is what I hold. In fact, I'll send you a receipt so you can look at it.
You send me a receipt. Okay, so I'll compare. So 140 to. Let me check.
Check yesterday what it was.
Beer. 140. Okay, no, hold on. 210. So the first one was 140, 18th December 2024.
Yes.
Now I have 4th April, 210 cedis.
Yes.
Wow. So that's if you add 70 cedis. Wow, that's close to 50% increase.
Yeah.
And this is between December and April.
Yeah, just look at that.
This is
crazy. And over this period, you find out that the exchange rate has been very stable.
By the way, this beer, is it made in Ghana or made imported? This particular.
This is local beer. I would have you are saying the receipt gives you a brand, but you don't want.
We don't want to mention
it.
the brand. So this beer,
Exactly. So the receipt
and
tells
I'm
you
not
brand.
a beer guy, so sometimes I'm not even sure. The beer people would know, but they are, I don't want to expose them. So let's stay on track. So
and then you look at tiles. I'm just taking products across board.
Okay,
you
give
look
me
at
the
tiles.
information there. Yes.
Local tiles, tiles that are produced just in the central region here by the Chinese. A box of local tiles from December, 103 cities. Today it is 140 cities. The same
per what?
Per box.
Per box.
1.5 square meters.
Wow.
Wall tiles. From 103 cities retail to 140.
Which water?
So I'm talking about the
floor
tile.
Floor tile.
No,
wall tile.
Wall tiles.
103 to 140. Okay.
Exactly.
What else do you have for me?
We have cement. Gone up from the minimum 76 cities to 95 cities within a month.
As for the cement people, we have a whole thing to do. They say they don't have clinker. In fact, there was a story last week that said that there was a shortage of clinker and therefore cement price had gone up.
And generally, the products are not even available. These things that we do, each time we find out that people want to increase prices, then they create a shortage and then they come back with increased prices.
So you are not buying this clinker issue?
No. Please, I'm the president of the Food and Beverage Association. So I will some of these things we are speaking on national issues, and I just want. Sometimes I volunteer to speak on these matters because it's quite worrying. It is not. It is just quite worrying that because no matter what the government does, if the government doesn't go down to deal with businesses and ensure that people don't just arbitrarily increase prices, then you will have a situation where you will never be able to, in fact, no government can ever achieve its objectives. Because the reason why the previous administration, we were also angry and all that was the taxes. We said taxes, and then also prices just went up so much. And then this government has come in less than 3 months, price of cement has gone from 76 to this, and the reason is that it's clinker. They were agitating for price increases, and then the Honorable Katie Hammond came in with a legislation and formed in a committee. No, has the committee now reviewed the basis of this price increases, or they just went in and just increased it anyhow? And many other products that we have talked about, whether pepper, it is onion, it is okra, it is plantain, in fact, whatever it is, plant banana. These are facts that are on the ground that we check every day. And for me, I always like to monitor from a government, as this government has come in, what is the base price they have taken this product from? And over 3 months, what price is it?
So when you say when you say you've been checking this, is it because it's a new year that they've raised the price? And are these price increases, is there any rhythm to it? Maybe because there's Christmas or Easter they raise the price, or because does it follow any logic?
For me, it defies logic. If you look at fuel prices, the government has done a couple of things. They have reduced, canceled VAT on insurance for transport, expect transport fares to drop. Fuel prices have not gone up that much. They have even kind of just more or less plus or minus stable. And yet a tipper truck of sand has increased from 2,700 to 3,000 in the Accra region, and stores has increased from 3,400 to 4,000. What basically, as a Ghanaian, what is the basis of this increase? What basically, for me, it defies logic. I don't really understand. I'm a businessman. I lead a business association. I trade, Bernard. So, for me, I don't really understand that because
will industry welcome some price regulation by government on the basis of the arbitrariness of these price increases?
I think that it is the decision of the government over the years. I think that for me, looking at trends, Government needs to take a hand on that. Since 2000, in fact, at the point I spoke to the Honorable Asamoah Boateng, he was a means of information about this issue. So it's not a new phenomenon.
But that's a long time ago in Bethlehem.
I told him about to intervene in one way or the other, because people, you see, I don't want to mention certain things, but you see, we must be interested in our economy. And so people cannot just, because more or less you just come in and you are handling certain a certain area of the country, you just increase price, and then there is basically no basis. Because some people, pepper seller will tell you that it is dollar, beans will tell you that it is dollar, okra seller will tell you it is dollar. Now it is important that the Minister of Trade just go down, let the research department gather these figures, and then now begin to know what, as a government, what they can do. That the figures that they turn out as inflation figures are dropping, it reflects what is in the market. Rather than that, they keep on saying inflation, and that will come out and say that it is not true. It is not true. And then they will turn out and say that, well, you are an opposition member, but that is not opposition.
All right, so John, so you said some very interesting things, that generally the exchange rate and fuel should be the only legitimate basis for increasing price. And yet you and I know that between December and now, the currency has been pretty stable and fuel prices haven't really gone up. What about the people who say rent? So some people say, for example, that the cost of renting a shop to do business is so high, and because landlords raise their rent so arbitrarily, they believe that that's one of the reasons why people who sell in these shops raise their prices. Do you buy that? Bernard, there are three factors. Normally, international price, because we import for those ones that are goods that are imported. Then you talk about the exchange rate, and then you talk about the fuel, and then others. So essentially, when you look at that, these factors haven't changed much, Bernard. More or less quite stable. So there is no reason. And you see, because these prices have been going up with our basis, some people even now, like I spoke to you privately the other time, that smuggling has become the bane of this country. People are now bringing goods from Togo and then still sell at these higher prices. Now you talk about rent and all that. This has to be a national discussion, because for no reason you rent in the U.S. and the U.S. landlord does not just increase prices. In fact, we pay rent payments in the U.S. It's like monthly. If you are paying $200, that $200 you paid for so many years. Now, but in our case, you find that the rent today, a 2-bedroom house is $2,000, to depend on the area. Then later, the next year, once your rent expires, the landlord tells you $3,000. On what basis has the landlord increased it to $3,000? No, if you say you don't want, then leave. Somebody else will be ready to take it. And most especially, Nigerians have come to this country and they are ready to take rent at any price at all. So you said it's an open market. So landlords increase their rent anyhow. People just increase. So it must be a national thing. And that's why I think that the eyes of the government must also be on something like that. That people don't increase their prices just because it's a free market, arbitrarily. Because otherwise, it will get to a point that nobody will appreciate government. And then you have lawlessness coming in, because there's already some bit of lawlessness. So you think that the Ministry of Trade has some work to do here in terms of...
The Ministry of Trade has a huge work.
But is it just hold on, is it moral suasion work or is it regulation law? Like, what would succeed? Should they announce that from hence you can't raise price by more than this %, otherwise it's a crime? Or they should simply talk to people and say...
When you say that the economists, you and I are economists, the economists will say that, well, we are not in a price control regime. It's a military government that can come in and tell you the price control. So you can, if you talk about that, then that should be an issue of price control. But without being that, I just think that they need to get the various association leaders and begin to find out from them on what basis, and then on what basis are they increasing prices, their members increasing prices from A, B, C, D. Look, I bought a particular product in Oyarifa, where I live, and the price was 700 cedis. You go to what do you call it, the Kathmandu area, and then the price is 400 cedis. So they are selling 700, and they bought at a retail. So There's just no basis. So I think that instead of talking about price control, which maybe people will kick and say, no, that is a dictatorship. I think that when we get together and becomes a national dialogue, there will be a sort of regulation. When K.T. Hammond said that cement, before they increase price, he didn't say they shouldn't increase. But before they increase any price, they must come to Parliament and justify why that price will increase. Did you find any price increment? But they couldn't justify it.
So K.T. Hammond was right.
He was, for me, to some extent, he was right to some extent, because I was against K.T. Hammond because I thought that cement is not only the basis of this thing. He should have done that for across board for the construction sector. Cement, iron rods. At the time that he said cement should not go up, iron rods was going up. I went and checked iron rod within that period. It increased from 7,000 cedis for the quarter rod per ton to 9,200. And so I spoke against K.T. Hammond at that time. That I said, listen, what you are doing is discriminatory. So if you want to do it if you are doing construction side, do it across board. Paint is locally manufactured here. On what basis the price of paint increasing from every week or every 2 weeks? So it's supposed to be a national thing. But unfortunately, normally when people are out of government and you meet them, you talk, they say, oh, yeah, fine. Now they get into government. Over this period, within these 3 months, if the NDC government go and survey the price increment, they will buy their head in shape. Because things have really gone up extremely high. And without any cost, they've talked about they have removed betting tax, they have removed carbon emission tax, they have removed e-levy. They have not, even though these ones may not have direct bearing on certain business and whatever not. The key factors, the exchange rate, fuel, and have remained stable. So why are people just adjusting prices arbitrarily?
That's a good question. I think we'll leave it here, and I'll take up your offer of a national dialogue on pricing. We will see how that comes up. But it's 8:50, and I have so many comments. Some trying to explain why people price the way they do. Others basically trying to tell me that's actually worse than I thought. So Bernard, this pricing thing is serious. My wife went to the market to get food flasks for our kids. The lady she went to said it's 150 Ghana cedis. My wife left and made a Kayo go to the same lady and asked for the price. The lady said it was 70 cedis.
Yeah, she's using your dress.
Can you imagine? So my wife gave the Kayo the 70 to go and buy it. It's very bad. This is Bernard from Pantan. Yeah. So maybe when they saw your wife and the way she was dressed.
Yeah, she's using her khaki to point the item. That attracts another price.
That's not right.
It's not proper.
That doesn't make any sense. You know, there should be a. How do they even plan? Right? If you can look at somebody and say, let me charge you 150, look at somebody and charge 70. How do you even plan your profit? You get it? It doesn't make sense. Yes, let's read more.
This one says, it's about time people and organizations explained why they hike their prices in situations where the indicators are relatively stable. Douglas from Ashaiman. Bernard, Ghanaians will even use the type of car you're driving to price. So now I park ahead, get down, walk back, and go and buy my banana. It's serious. Aside the forex and fuel prices, we are our own enemies. We don't get wealthy this way. We must talk seriously about the Stephen from Manette. Alvino from Akosomo says, good morning, Bernard. Yesterday I bought 3 small pieces of tomatoes for 5 cedis. It's too bad. Hello, good morning. I'm particularly happy about this topic. The fact that you've brought it up. My landlady increased my rent from 300 cedis a month to 400 cedis from last year without any renovation works done. It's just crazy. Business scientist from University of Ghana said that please, bread prices have increased also. Beef Foster was 50 cedis. It's now 60 cedis. By the end of the year, dear Lawu. Good morning, City CBS. At the bottom of all this is the greed of the Ghanaian trader. Greed drives most of them. Why would things skyrocket because of Salah or because of a festive season? It's pure greed. Anthony from Botre School Junction. It's only in Ghana that people think that as the years go by, our lives are supposed to get harder than before. So people don't even, when people price their products, they just expect that it goes up as the years go by. We've been so badly governed that we don't know what quality life means any longer. Scatter from Cape Coast Center. Bernard, it's a problem. Even trotro fares go up in the evenings. Go to Medina after 6 p.m. and see. You will hear the maid saying, "Oh, you be straight, thank Ghana. Oh, you be straight, thank Ghana." Kwame from Medina. We price by assessing the purchaser, no objective criteria. We will change when the government introduces weights and measures for everyday items like gari and okra. Then the issues of exact quantity and cost of production would feed into the pricing and bring stability.
Can I say something about this comment? Weights and measures by this time. This is something that people figured out thousands of years ago, and we are now coming to.
It tells you how far back.
Even the Olom card, they hit the under and put something inside.
That one there.
More comment. Good man, Bernard, we are just evil people. How do you expect corruption to end? Amazingly, we profess that we are Christians, but our actions depict otherwise. This is a texter who didn't add their name.
And this one, my good friend says now he can't afford Tungawachi.
Because it's too expensive.
This is too expensive.
More comments. Historically, price increases by traders was connected to the national budget reading, but I can't tell if it still persists. MPC just increased policy rates to 28%, possibly sensing cost push inflation. This is UOF from Spintex providing that information. Bernard, this pricing thing is serious. I think I just read this on the Flask Matter.
Yeah.
A couple more here. Just give me a second.
Right. There is Wonder from Dom Pilatu who says you are not making it up. Malta, Guinness and all soft drinks have gone up. Malta used to be 8 cedis at the beginning of the year. It's now 12. Yam prices have gone up drastically as well. So I went to my usual water joint at Mamprobi and I was surprised a child will have to spend 20 to 30 cedis to satisfy himself, a little boy. Manchabi Prince from Chatham, UK sent that. Good morning, Bernard. People use the appearance of the buyers to determine how much to sell their items. This is Patrick from Azagonokopa. Bernard, please add mushrooms.
Yeah.
The prices are arbitrary. We are just wicked. Oh, Imri. Okay.
There's an interesting one here.
Justice
Pricing is an aggressive and predatory act perpetuated by Ghanaians against their fellow citizens. I work in private medical insurance. You should see the greed and profiteering mentality displayed by healthcare service providers, even when people are sick and dying.
Yeah. I wanted to ask of the price of medicines also, whether they...
I actually think we Ghanaians, we are not honest. You see, this is the thing we do. We talk about foreigners and we complain about them and we think we are so good. We say we are welcoming. It's all not true. We are quite... for somebody to say we are passive aggressive.
Very apt.
So you see, the Nigerian guy is going to show you his true colors very early. So you will see where he stands. So at least you can know what you get.
Yeah.
A Ghanaian is passive aggressive. It's more like, oh, no worries, it's fine. But you keep Charlie. So I feel it's a very, very duplicitous way of living. Here's another one. Bernard, is the inefficiencies in the system. FX may be stable, but the business has so much unofficial costs, largely behavior driven, that will show up in increased costs. It explains why banks, for example, keep interest rates high, even when the rates are down, because they need to price the fact that people won't pay back some loans, and the inefficiencies go into the pricing. Cost of doing business on the back of unofficial cost is rising crazily, and this is the issue in the informal economy, which is why, and I agree with you, which is why formalization is critical. Because a lot of times people see, this is the thing. The narrative of formalization has been on the basis of people should pay tax. Formalization is necessary in itself. Because if you have a breakdown of the cost build-up like you get when you go to a Melcom, they don't just arbitrarily raise prices because they are a proper business. Most people just don't have any records. And we need to change. We need to have a better education on how to do business, a better education on everything else. There's so much arbitrariness in Ghana, so much informality, and what you cannot measure, you cannot manage properly. To
be honest, pricing is a challenge for those in the gig economy also, because sometimes, you're thinking of factors you have to put together when you're pricing a service or a product, and it can be tricky sometimes.
But I've come up with a system where, at least I have a rubric I use. Okay, so I'll say certain kinds of programs have certain price range. then am I just emceeing? Am I moderating? Am I doing? So I ask a lot of questions. So usually somebody
how long is it?
Bernard, how much do you charge for your? I have a range.
Yeah.
So depending on the length of the program,
yeah,
depending on how technically complex
it is,
the subject is, how much preparation I need to do.
Yeah.
And then if I'm just emceeing or I am doing like a panel, you have a certain rubric I use. Yeah. So at least there's some consistency there. And then also, if I have a repeat business client, there's a different pricing from a one-off.
Right.
And all these things have been factored in. At least I make that clear. Okay. Of course, I've learned to do that over time. But the informality of the Ghanaian business, in my view, and by the way, that informality doesn't make you richer, because you actually just pay too much unofficial costs. So we have to, Ghana Employment Agency and all these agencies have to, NBSSI now it's called GE. It's not just a job creation for party people. There should be proper business training, all right, coming up to speed with enterprise systems where, like a friend of mine has something called Kedeba. It helps you organize your business the way that you can properly account for your costs. You know, I think MTN and Co try and do this. These enterprise solutions are not just fanciful things. It's actually a way of improving the way society works. So technology has advanced. Look at Susu is asking you, how on earth are you now talking about skills? Something that was figured out in
Babylon.
Charlie, you know, it's
TJ in Belgium says, good morning. I'm glad you are discussing the issue of building materials today. The tenants who were complaining about the rent issues yesterday will get to know that it's not a joke to put up a building in Ghana lately. Actually, I was praying my landlord wasn't listening to the conversation. Yes, good morning, Bernard and team. I'm Faisal from Lakeside. I am building for a friend in Pantine. A trip of sand is 3,000 cedis. A trip of stones range from 3,800 to 4,400, depending on who is supplying. Six block also cost between 9 to 9 cedis, 50 pesos. Cement ranges from between 117 to 127 for the 42.5 hour grade and 103 to 110 for the 32.5 hour grade. These go along to increase the cost of building and make it difficult for individuals to even build a simple 2-bedroom for themselves. Bernard, you are right. The exchange rate is stable now, but the imported goods coming into the country are skyrocketing due to issues at the port. The officials find means of increasing duties, all in the name of threshold, just to meet their target. And at the end, the importers end up increasing the price of their goods, not forgetting the local one too. Raw materials are being imported. Bernard, good morning. For sand, the price of sand is a major thing affecting price hikes as follows. So number one, fuel price, as you mentioned. Number two, the distance from the sand, from the distance from where the sand is sourced, the cost of the sand pit, and the cost of hiring the earth moving equipment. This is an important question. It's just crazy in the construction industry. Frank Nyaswe from Sun City sent that through. We are really struggling in Pong for some time now. You that white.
I think he's saying you know that.
Okay, you know that. Is he talking about the clinker? You see that white chemical thing we used to store? Okay.
The thing we used to store water these days, just 2 months ago, it was 86, now it's 120 and 110. And I live alone, but you use almost 2 of that a month. Okay. Right. Since last year, December, Club Beer has not been able to meet demand, therefore making it scarce, hence unnecessary doubling its price from 130 to 200.
So, Bernard, that's the product I was trying to pay attention to earlier, that there's a shortage. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We need to continue this discussion.
There's a shortage of beer.
Some type. You know, yesterday we spoke to Apia Adumako on what do you call it? We're discussing rent. We're talking about customer service, lack of customer service culture, lack of consumer protection for about 7 sectors. And then we said that we didn't have data on the rent. Now we are talking about pricing. I believe that we need industry. And you know, he said something interesting. He said Ghanaian private sector is not interested in consumer protection. So civil society groups and media may be the ones who have to lead this charge of discussing in a more objective way the way business is done in Ghana and how people are exploited. But I think the Ministry of Trade needs to get interested and involved in this. I really think they need to do this because at the end of the day, there is the last mile. So the finance ministry can do a lot on stabilizing the currency. The fuel price may be stable, but if the pricing culture is is not reasonable, the end user will still suffer. All right, which is why I understand why some governments try and do this command structure, but we don't want that. But people need to self-regulate, and there must be industry standards. Okay, so there has to be trade associations who say, if you want to belong to our association, this is at least the modus we use. You get it? You can't just get up and charge anything on the basis of that. There has to be some standards. And I feel like in Ghana, these trade associations, Ghanaians, we don't take responsibility. And we don't work together well. So you don't maybe far back. They should be able to have a proper annual general meeting and say, look, how come in March 2025, your brand of beer was going for this amount and this guy was doing this? They should have an industry conversation to protect their own interest. As against everybody trying to do it on their own, everybody trying to outsmart each other. We all suffer at the end of it. Okay. So the psychology of Ghanaians and the way we are socialized is also very bad in terms of how we develop. And if we don't discuss that properly and objectively, we cannot advance.
This message actually came on Monday. It says, Abego, there's been a shortage in club beer, especially the mini bottles. Please find out for us if Accra Brewery has reduced their production. Asking
well,
for
let the company come and speak for itself. I don't want to make this the subject. I don't want to use one brand as the basis of the discussion. So, Caleb, let's not even go
the
there.
tomato seller may not pay taxes directly, but they are affected by inflation. When prices of goods and services, including construction materials like cement, increase, the seller may need to raise their prices to be able to purchase these materials. Joseph from Techiman sent that.
So you see why China Mall will do well. You see, we sit here and we say, oh, the Chinese are coming. At least when you go to China Mall, they write the price, they don't change it arbitrarily. And their things are pretty cheap. I've been to China Mall where they sell even stuff that kids use for studies. The prices are really reasonable. And they'll write it there.
You promised to take me there. You never take me there.
There are so many branches. There's one at Ashaiman Runabout. There's
too
one.
Far.
There's two on
There's one behind
from where you are west.
There's one behind West.
There's one even closer.
I won't take you.
There is Eurotown close by, so
take me there.
I won't take you.
And you know the
Also
funny thing is, if you make the mistake of going there when they say they are doing sale,
it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I saw the videos of the last sale.
People go and buy like at wholesale price and come and sell at retail price. That's what they do now. From China Mall. So China will keep beating us if we keep behaving like this.
We have a dark side as Ghanaians. We are selfish and greedy.
Yeah.
If Mamu warned us in a song, Yengara Assassini, other countries and societies have a pricing philosophy that encourages both buyer and seller to seek each other's welfare. Ghanaians are insensitive, cutthroat, and greedy, both buyers and sellers. There is no rational explanation for our pricing philosophy except for greed and selfishness.
Here's a listener who listens to us from Italy. DJ Nature. He says, good morning, Bernard.
Morning.
Do you know that buying a house in Ghana is more expensive than buying a house in Europe? I took a friend around Italy and France 2 years ago and he was surprised. Ghana must be heaven.
Some of these things, like the other time, so we were trying to clear a piece of area, like piece of land somewhere. A part of our park was weedy, so we needed it cleared. So there's a guy 2 streets away who does these things. I went to call this guy to come and weed an area the size of this studio and the studio annex. Right? This guy said he'll charge 2,000 cities for weeding.
2,000 cities.
2,000. So you listen to this. So we said he could go. The following day, we met a different group of those people, like who, they walk around with cutlasses.
Langa.
Yes. He said he was charging 100 cities.
No,
so look at the...
No, that's executive langa.
Look at the difference.
2,100 cities. Wow.
I was like, was he moving 3 stamps?
Wow.
Or what? Wow. He said, I understand it's physical labor. But the fact that he could just look at my face and say, I'll charge you 2,000 for this. And when I said he could go, he was really okay with...
Yeah, he just left.
So I was asking, does that mean that people are paying him the 2,000 elsewhere to weed?
I'm going to say something before we close. I want to urge other radio presenters and pastors and imams to do a discussion about greed in the month of April. Easter, we just finished Eid. People are very spiritual. Between Ramadan and we are moving into Easter.
Yeah.
The death, burial, resurrection. So I want to say that between now and end of April, they should preach about wickedness, selfishness, greed, profiteering, and that these are evil behavior. They shouldn't preach that when you make money, come and give it to us as tithe. They should stop letting people believe that God will bless you if you cheat people and come and pay him an offering. That's the character. You see, I'm very serious about what I'm saying. I think that part of our problem in society is that we have a very warped mindset about even what blessing is, and we are basically innately just greedy and selfish. And our religious sermons have not helped to change that. They've probably worsened it. So this month, use the data we've supplied and tell the sellers in your church to stop being usurious in their lending. They should stop being, what's the English word you gave me? In pricing. They should stop doing price gouging. Yeah. They should stop being exploitative and arbitrary and wicked. And that it is a sin. They should preach about the sinfulness of that. The cheating mentality, the chobo, is that what you call it? You know what chobo is?
Yeah. We've had this discussion.
The chobo is, I think there has to be. Today is what? 10th.
Yeah.
Easter is 17th to 19th or so. So please, use Good Friday to preach about good pricing. Use Holy Saturday and Easter Sunday, resurrection. Preach about it heavily. That behavior tendency will lead them to hell. They should stop it. It's very bad. Yes, they should do that. I will blame. I want to add that to the conversation. That it's a mindset, because look, there's no other way of explaining it. The socialization of the Ghanaian and the way he thinks about business is not going to help us develop. Yes. So when you go to your Presby church, tell the pastor that I said he should change his sermon for the month of April. That he should talk about greed.
But after the month of April,
and that he shouldn't, when he's doing harvest, he shouldn't receive all offerings on the basis of Kofi and Yaman. Where did he get the money from? You should ask. We shouldn't say Sunday as well because they have money.
That one, Bernard, I disagree.
No. Kofi and Yaman, they have where did you get the money from?
Bernard, I disagree.
If you get money from cheating, we don't want it.
Bernard, I disagree.
We don't want money from cheating.
Bernard, I disagree with you. It's not Reverend's job to do that. That's the GRA's job. To find out where they got their money. That's GRA's job.
There's a moral aspect.
That's GRA's job.
I didn't say you should find out. I said you should tell them. You see, there are two things. You see, GRA's job is to make sure that you are paying your tax. And you're not living without your means. But your religious leader is also helping to shape your behavior.
I agree.
That's the thing, because you reinforce. If you tell, if Akoto is what do you call it? Is an exploitative businessman. But every week he's paying tithe, buying a car for the pastor. The pastor will be praying for him. Meanwhile, he's doing wrong.
But you see,
so he's also part.
But you see,
he should call you out.
But you see, Bernard, like you said, we have the prosperity gospel is the dominant gospel in this.
Which is what I'm saying. They should change.
And it's become that people with money are seen as morally upright.
Which is
that
wrong.
is a blessing.
And
more blessed.
Which
so
is what I'm saying.
I don't think that. I think the mindset change that needs for this to happen. It can't happen in 1 month. I think they need.
They should dedicate them.
They need to dedicate the next year.
You see, luckily for us, the whole of April has been that kind of month.
Yes.
It's a spiritual month.
We are leaning.
So they should use it to change. The wickedness is too much.
That's what I'm saying, Bernard. This 1 month you're asking for is not enough. We need 1 year. 1 year
to uproot the weeds from the mind of Ghanaians. To plant.
No, we need 1 year.
It's terrible.
So you know when you price someone, a person in Ghana, if you give someone a price, a person just agrees, you feel no. But there must be haggling all that time before we think that we are doing fair business.
I actually think that I will encourage a conversation from the Ministry of Trade about a price regulation. I will seriously consider it. I'm not even joking. Like, if the Minister of Trade can come with proposals for some discussion around price regulation, I will support it.
Yeah,
I will. I think that, for example, the mandatory use of scales. We have to force markets to step up their game. That if you say you are going to sell in a market, there are some things you cannot do. Some things must be enforced. That one we cannot allow. This idea that you can sell one Olonka at any shape without following a standardized measurement. No, that one shouldn't allow it. And the Minister of Trade needs to get interested in this conversation.
Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ajari.
Yes, they have to get interested in this
I
conversation.
I don't know if they take pride in, when they say Accra has become an expensive city. It's one of the most expensive cities in the world. I don't know whether that means that we are successful.
Terrible.
Expensive city in a poor country. Can you imagine?
Somebody sent me an article which I'll end with. He says, why there are so many businesses in Africa but so little business.
It's a good headline.
Wow. Why there are so many businesses in Africa but so little business.
It's true.
We'll come back and discuss cement. Luckily, friends from SuperSem are here.
Okay.
And they want to talk about how they have managed to produce in a period where there's clinker shortage.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be speaking to Kojo Arthur and Kobe Adams on the cement shortage and how they've been able to, as a company, innovate around that. Okay. And then later on, we'll also speak to some very interesting people who are doing important work in the health sector.
Okay.
All of that and more
Nice.
when we come back. Stay with us.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unbelievable is yours to own with DSTV. Get unbelievable local entertainment with Shakai Lemba, Nigerian Idol, and Big Brother Niger.
Some forgettable night.
Catch unbelievable sporting moments from the Premier League, La Liga, F1, and more.
Absolutely sensational.
Laugh along with unbelievable kids edutainment like Paw Patrol. And experience unbelievable international shows like Law and Order and Lioness Special Ops.
Let's go!
Download the My DSTV app today and own the unbelievable.
As a busy professional, I struggled with back and neck strain from long hours at my desk. To improve my focus, productivity, and well-being, I sought expert advice from the CEO of Expert Office Furnish.
After being in the furniture business for 25 years, I can tell you two things that causes back pain in the workspace: bad sitting posture and not sitting on a good chair. I recommend to use the Genevia Beeper chair, the chair that helps you to sit right. When you don't sit right, it beeps for you to be able to sit right. The next will be the Enjoy chair. It takes every body shape and size. Buy a chair that will support your back and give you that comfort to be able to deliver on your job.
Expert Office Furnish offers molding furniture for comfort, productivity, and style. From seating to customized solutions, plus interior decoration services, they've got it all. Find them off the Atomic Hills Estate Road in Ashonman or call 0571 386602 on Facebook and Instagram at Expert Office Furnish.
Are you ready to transform the way your organization handles audits? Introducing Arbitas Data Analytics and Audit Vision AI, your ultimate solutions for smarter, faster, and more efficient audit processes. Arbitas dives deep into your data for insights and automates your analytic processes, while Audit Vision AI is an advanced AI-powered assurance audit and risk management solution tailored for audit, internal control, compliance, and risk management. For more details on Audit Vision AI and Habitus Analytics, call 0247681899 or send us an email at info@isevolutionsconsult.com. IS Evolutions Consult, your trusted audit solutions partner.
Oh, right into the pond.
Of course, a pro indeed, Andy.
Another message? Oh, wait, not again.
Why, what's wrong?
We've exceeded our fuel budget by 15,000 Ghana cedis this month. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, that's crazy. Just for a few vehicles?
Exactly. We spend so much on fuel, but I don't even know where it's going.
I had the same problem until Instroma GPS saved me. Their fuel monitoring system stops fuel theft and wastage, saving me thousands, bro.
Really?
Yeah. It paid for itself in months. Plus, I get monthly reports that track every drop of fuel. Hey, I know go lose guard. Take control of your fuel costs today. Get a free demo of Instroma's fuel monitoring system. Call 024-676-7662 now. Instroma GPS. Your choice, your savings.
Babe, trust me. I've seen bigger, wider.
How big?
So big.
Hey! Friday, 11th April is the official launch of the new So Big Electromart showroom, Atomic Junction. Come, turn on the modern life.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Welcome to the program. Quinam, Stone Boy, another bad one. This Quinam, hey big Saturday, day Quinam, hear me now. She follow me on Twitter. She be the #1 fan on Twitter.
It's 18 minutes past the hour of 9. This is the City Breakfast Show, and this is a nice segue because there's generally a cement challenge, right? I think it was a story on City Newsroom a couple of days ago about shortage of cement. All right, and I just wanted to pull that story up. And then, in fact, I even have the Daily Guide version. Cement shortage hits retailers hard as clinker crisis deepens. Can I remember the story, right?
Yes, please.
And then let me just from paragraph. Some cement dealers across the country are raising concerns about a growing shortage of major cement brands, attributing the disruption to a critical scarcity of clinker, a key raw material in cement production. And then it starts giving the various cement brands and the prices. All right, so Super Sem say they want to tell us about how they are dealing with this matter. In studio, I have Kobe Adams, who's a commercial director. Kobe, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Kojo Arthur is the head of sales. Welcome.
Thank you, Bernard.
And Christine Chekuma is the marketing and comms lead, correct? Welcome to the show. Great. So, guys, cement shortage. Is it true that there's a shortage in the market?
No, Bernard, it's true. We've seen over the last several weeks issues that many of our customers, retailers, builders in the community are struggling to access cement across the country.
Yeah.
And the core issue here stems from a shortage in the global supply of cement, basically the supply points from which we access the raw material to produce cement. And this is mainly around the Mediterranean basin, Algeria, Egypt, Turkey. So there have been shocks in those markets' supply of clinker, and it's trickled down to affect the access that we have to clinker in this market and our ability to produce cement for our customers.
So what is clinker? Because I don't know what that is. You need to explain.
Well,
just like Kobe said, clinker is actually the main ingredient that we use in producing cement. If you want to produce cement, there are 3 major ingredients that you need, which is the clinker, limestone, and gypsum. Today, the clinker that we're talking about is not found in Ghana. It's actually imported, and it's from Syria, Turkey, and
so it's mostly from the Mediterranean side.
Exactly. Correct. Exactly.
And how critical is clinker in the cement production process? Clinker, limestone, and gypsum are the 3, right?
Yeah.
What percentage of the cement requires
clinker?
So
cement is basically 70 to 90% clinker, right? So without clinker, you don't have cement.
Is it?
Yes. And it comes from, it comes from these areas where they have the industrial quality of clay and limestone, which is typically heated to temperatures around 1,500 degrees Celsius. It's not available everywhere in the world in those industrial quality.
So generally, most cement manufacturers will depend on those countries. So do they send the finished clinker, or you process the clinker?
So they send the finished clinker, which is basically the size of a pebble.
Okay.
Right. So we import it, and then the grinding plants over here grind it into a powder, add the various additives, limestone, gypsum,
and
to produce the cement that we know.
Okay.
This has been how cement has been industrially produced for the last 200 years.
Is it?
So if you want to talk about clinker, just view clinker as the water in cocoa. You cannot cook, you cannot do cocoa or cook cocoa without water.
I see. How long have we had this shortage?
It's been a few weeks. From around the second week of March, we started experiencing it in the market. But in terms of the actual supply, it's been a couple of months, from around February, where the suppliers in Egypt and Turkey had the shocks in their markets and essentially delayed the supply chain of cement coming into the market.
So
of clinker coming into the market, sorry.
So this affected almost all cement producers.
Correct.
All right. Now let's talk about your company, because you are Super Sem Oh, that's the brand.
Correct.
But your company is called CBI.
Correct.
Wonderful. Have you been affected by this?
We have been affected, as everybody. However, we have relationships that we've been able to use to mitigate the effects of our supply chain issues. So we haven't been affected as much as some of our other competitors, and we've been able to continue to supply cement, albeit in slightly reduced quantities.
Okay. Before we even go to this, this morning we discussed price changes, and there's a lot of people say the cement prices have gone up, and we've actually done the research and seen that cement prices have gone up on average, and for both 42 and 32. So is this correct?
This is absolutely true. I think the most recent price change came about in early March this year. And it's true that most of the time when cement price changes, it's because of FX, right? Because that underpins all of a lot of our economic activity in this country.
Yeah.
But we do have to emphasize that there are other factors that affect the price of clinker and cement. So the people who sell us the cement, they charge us a price, and if there are issues in their market that cause them to change the price, that's a factor that's going to hit us. There's the freight charges, because the clinker gets here by boat, and if the boat owner changes his price on us, that's going to affect us. There are the port duties and taxes. If the government modifies the taxes, that affects us. I mean, an interesting fact, about 30% of the price of a bag of cement in Ghana is down to taxes and duties. Straight up.
About 30%.
30%. So if you buy
cost of a bag of cement is down to taxes and duties. Serious?
Yeah. So if you were to have zero taxes,
and these taxes are applied on the clinker because that's the imported material.
Correct. Clinker, and then some of it also goes to as VAT when it's sold into the chain.
Yeah, and not to forget the utility bit that also comes into play.
Because you use power to produce the cement.
Yeah.
Now, how has SuperSem worked around this? Because I believe you say you've not been affected as much from the shortage as others have.
Correct.
What has accounted for this ability to be resilient in this kind of situation?
So I think I'll take this on two levels. There's the short term, what we're doing, which is basically with our trading relationships, both internationally with our clinker suppliers and some of the partnerships that we have with other cement manufacturers in Ghana to share our clinker. But in the longer term, and the main reason why we want to share our solution is that we've invested $100 million over the last 3 years and constructed what is the world's largest LC3 plant. This is a plant that gives us a domestic solution to this clinker supply problem and allows us to mitigate the effects of things like these clinker shortages while promoting local industry.
You've launched a new LC3 production plant at the cost of $100 million
Correct.
in this country.
And it is the largest in the world.
How long did it take you to build this?
It took us 3 years.
3 years? Where is this based?
So it's in the Tema Free Zones enclave.
So wait, the clinker that a lot of your competitors import, are you going to produce it now in Ghana?
So we are going to produce what is essentially a clinker substitute.
A clinker substitute?
Correct. So it's not going to totally eradicate clinker. We're still going to use it, but we're going to substitute roughly 20% of our clinker for LC3.
Pardon my ignorance, I don't know much about this. So you're saying that you will still import the regular clinker, but this clinker substitute, will the cement quality be the same? Though?
Top notch.
100, you sure this?
So there's been a lot of trials. We've done a lot of research into this. We are actually not going to take out the clinker component. We are only trying to add the LC3 to clinker to give us the quality that we don't have today.
And has the Standards Authority approved this LC3 component that you are mixing with what I can call regular clinker?
Yes. So the Ghana Standards Authority, the BRRI, KNUST, University of Legon, and the cement industry have worked for the last 2 years to incorporate global standards for LC3 into this country. The GSA finally passed the approval, something they call, the technical ones, the GSPAS5 in 2004, which allows manufacturers like SuperSem and GASEM to produce LC3 and supply to the market.
And you're saying this is the largest plant in the world?
It is.
So why can't you use it to... Why do you need to even bring in other clinker? If the plant is that big, why don't you use just the LC3?
It's designed to be used as a substitute, so it cannot completely
It reduces your dependence
on...
So does that make your cost of production cheaper?
It does make our cost of production
Does that mean your prices will be cheaper?
And
I'll
let Kojo talk about the prices because he's the sales guy.
So at least, yes, the cost of production is certainly going to go down, and then that means that it's going to be pocket friendly, where consumers today can get the cement at any places that they go, and then they can also probably know that it's actually cheaper. We can't put numbers to it to say that it's going to be X or Y, but we can assure you that once the cost of production is coming down, then certainly the price will come down.
I'll come back to you on when production will start and whether it has started already. But Christine, so people are asking, so Super Cement, what's the reason Super Cement has cement, right? How will I know? How does your brand look like? That's number one. Number two, where can we find Super Cement? All right, in terms of, because there are quite a number of cement brands. So talk to me a bit about the brand, Super Cement.
Okay. So with Super Cement, we've positioned ourselves to be quality, to have the highest quality cement in Ghana. We also position ourselves to be eco-friendly, as well as Ghanaian pride, where Ghanaian pride means the use of locally sourced raw materials and then support for our local communities. Then with our cement, we are available in almost all the shops in Ghana. So if you want, we can even leave Kojo's contacts behind for all retailers and individual home builders to contact Kojo to purchase our cement.
And the super, how is it spelled?
SUPA.
So not SUPER.
No, SUPA.
We're too Ghanaian for that.
And what's the color of the cement bag? Is it the same brown?
So we have two main grades, which is the 32.5 and then the 42.5R. The 32 is a red color.
Red colored bag.
Exactly. And then the 42 has a black indication on the bag.
Black.
Yes.
So
black.
the red, because I'm sure a lot of people want to know, some people may not be able to read. So the red is Super Cement.
Yes, and that's the 32.5.
32.5.
Yes.
And then the 42 is the black indication on it. All outlets, or are there Super Cement outlets?
So to just answer the question that you asked about where can you find Super Cement.
Yeah.
Today we are actually in all K Ofori shops.
Okay.
We are in all Nana KJC shops.
Okay.
We are in all Atala shops.
Okay.
And then we have 173 outlets that sell Super Cement. We also have 92 distributors that distribute our brand across the nation.
Can you repeat what you just said?
So we have the K Ofori shops nationwide selling Super Cement.
Okay.
We have Nana KJC shops nationwide selling Super Cement.
All right.
We have Atala shops nationwide selling Super Cement. And then we have 93 distributors also distributing the brand to our retailers across the nation.
Interesting. Kobe, this is an interesting thing. So your company has invested $100 million in this huge plant to introduce a clinker substitute to reduce our volatility to clinker. The industry must be happy. Is this something so are you able to supply it to competitors? That's the question, like, right?
In a word, yes.
Yeah. So they can buy from you if they want.
So we produce 400,000 tons of this raw material every year. It's way more than we need. We only need about 200,000 tons of it every year. The second 200,000 tons, we have an offtake agreement with Gassam. So Gassam will be supplying LC3, same as Super Cement. And between the two of us alone, combined, roughly 40% of the cement that we see on the Ghanaian market will be incorporating this technology from April this year.
So long term, our dependence on total clinker imports has to reduce as a country to hedge us from this, because we don't know what caused the shortage. But clearly, if you produce more of your materials here, then your susceptibility to... so have you launched this factory yet?
Yes, so it's operating. It's going through a commissioning phase. So we've started producing, we've started supplying to gas, and we've started incorporating it in our own products. And the changes that people will see will be a slight bump in the quality, because
it's going to be better.
It's actually better. No, it's a matter of fact based on the lab tests that have been conducted.
Maybe you need to give me a few bags to test.
And we will organize.
So I can come in because I need to test.
But I agree with 10 bags of cement.
I need to test.
Super cement.
I will personally see to
it. I'm like Thomas. Until I mix the cement.
You need more than 10 bags.
And I use it to start my project. I will not believe it.
And then for the Citi Foundation, I'm sure we can give some bags.
It's funny because I actually have received a request to come and help finish a school in one of the communities we went to. You went with us to a community in the Volta region. So it's a community in a town which has a school which is dilapidated, and they've been asking that we come and help finish the school. I even spoke to the head teacher like 2 weeks ago, and I was telling him, we have to go there during Easter. So if you have this new cement, maybe you can give me a few.
We would love to partner with you
to go and finish the building. So Caleb, I was telling you that there's a certain school in one of the towns in the Anglo district which has a problem, and they've been asking us to come and fix it. So maybe I'll go and try the new Super 7. By the way, will the bag which has this LC3 be different, or is the same? There's no difference.
So it will.
As in, if I go to a shop, can I say I want the Super 7 that has the one that they use the Ghana thing to add? Can I ask that?
It will look slightly different. I mean, certain things won't change. The Idinkra, which we've been known for because of our Ghanaian heritage, will still be on the bag. But there's a minor change in the design of the packaging.
You were saying that if we want to contact you, should call somebody's number.
Yes. You can call me.
Put your number. Are you sure you can cope with the calls?
Well, why not? We're here.
People will call you.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay, what's the recommended retail price for your 32.5R?
So the 32.5R today is going for 100 cedis.
100.
The
and
retail
the 42.5.
The 42 is 115 retail price.
Retail price, which means you give it to the wholesaler at a lower price.
Exactly.
So 100 for 32.5, 115
for 42.5.
Is this the same in Paga as it is?
So this is actually in Accra, the average price in Accra.
So it goes up as
it goes up according to like probably the transportation costs and all that.
So Accra 32.5 is 100.
Yes.
42.5 is 115.
Exactly.
Are those only two cements you do?
Yeah, we do the 32 and the 42 for now.
Give me your number.
So the number is 0277 55 22 53.
Is this a WhatsApp number?
It's a WhatsApp number.
So I can WhatsApp, hey, I need 2,000 bags.
Yes, of not just cement, but the LC3 cements and the Ghana cement.
Do you help with transportation?
Yes, we have transport solution, and then probably when you also have your own truck, it makes it more cheaper.
Okay, and how quickly can you deliver?
Top notch.
Top notch, you're sure?
100%.
You say you have how many outlets in your own outlets apart from?
No, we don't have our own outlets. We work through the distributors.
So you say at KJC,
KO4E, Antis, Atala, Conibex.
They are the big four.
Well, we have the big 10, and we also have the corporate side.
So KJC, KO4E, Atala, Antis,
Conibex. We have Ejamens, Atakwisi,
and all of them have Super 7.
They have Super 7. Even in this crisis, they still have Super 7.
So the number is 0277 552253. That's 0277 552253.
Nice.
Send him a WhatsApp and say, hey, Bernard said I should buy cement. Give me a big discount.
Come on.
And then, please, I need you to help me finish my building, my project. Thank you, gentlemen.
We've always been here to support Citi Foundation.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Kobe Adams is a commercial director for SuperSem. Kojo Arthur is the head of sales, and Christine Chekuma is the marketing communications lead for the company. So you heard it first here. There's a new production plant, LC3, local clinker. Caleb, we'll build our house this year.
Amen.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Oppo Durable Ability, 36 months warranty. Looking for a durable smartphone with top-tier features? Meet the Oppo Reno 13 F5G.
A Depabefi with IP69 water and dust resistance, it survives 2-meter submersion for 30 minutes. Won't pay way now, Pedier.
The Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 ensures top performance, while the 5,800 milliamp battery on 45 watt fast charging keep you powered all day. When it so Imia Symbium.
Enjoy a 6.67-inch 120Hz AMOLED display and a 50-megapixel triple camera. Plus, get a free branded bottle for a limited time.
Visit any Oppo retail outlet or Telefonica store or call 0540-104-881 for more details.
Oppo durable ability, 36 months warranty.
The Accra Healing and Deliverance Crusade is here.
God takes his people and put them in charge.
Ministering Dr. Pastor Paul and Becky Eninche, all the way from Glory Dome in Abuja, Nigeria. Theme, Dominion, date 10th and 11th of April 2025. Venue, El-Wax Sports Stadium. Song ministration, Emoji, Ankalato, Kofi Boham, Prophet Okebe, Prosper Otimana, and Minister Mark Frank. Also happening live is the Workforce and Ministers Conference, happening at the Accra International Conference Center at 9 a.m. on the 11th of April. Free shuttles to the venue will be available. For more information, call 0257 765 546. The Accra Healing and Deliverance Crusade. Be there.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Hi, Mom, it's me, Kwame.
Hey, Kwame, how are you?
Mom, I'm fine, oh.
Okay.
You know something?
No, tell me.
I'm looking for a complete furniture set for my new place.
Kwame, I've told you before, the only one place you should go, eh?
Yeah, Mom, but I need a mattress to fit my bed.
Ash foam.
I need a bed to fit my room.
Ash foam.
What about a sofa where go relax my body?
Ash foam.
Wardrobes to fit all my clothes?
Ash foam.
What about linens and pillows for sweet dreams?
Kwame, Ash foam.
Mommy, I feel you. Ash foam all the way.
For mattresses to beds, sofas, wardrobes, linens, pillows, and more, don't waste time and visit any Ashfoam showroom across the country or call our hotline at 0243 200 729. Ashfoam. Feel it, know it.
Kids, no running. They grow up so fast.
Come here, guys. Who wants to watch their favorite show on GoTV?
Your family's favorite moments are made better with GoTV's shows. We've got loads of local, international, and kids channels, and all the football you need from the comfort of your home.
You can also watch your favorite shows wherever you are with GoTV Stream. Stick with GoTV and let's go together. GoTV. Love it.
Hello, boss. I just drove out of your premises. I've called you several times. Boss, I beg.
I gave you an opportunity to present your proposal with your financial statements. You didn't. If we approve and request for an invoice, that will take you another month, eh? You couldn't even provide receipts from the last job. My brother, we have given the contract to someone else who promptly furnished us with what we needed. Get serious.
Yehovah.
Don't be caught in this mess ever again. Restart with Build. Build provides businesses with a comprehensive accounting software with features that make your bookkeeping, accounting, tax, and payroll functions seamless. Our support team is always available to assist and respond to all your inquiries. Log on to www.build.africa and sign up. Call 030-80-4007 or 0303-974-832 for more information. Build. Bookkeeping made simple. Results made extraordinary.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
So it's 9:42, and let me tell you about Hot Jobs. If you're tired of headaches, simplify your business with Hot Jobs Africa as your one-stop HR shop. We handle recruitment, labor outsourcing, expatriate management, consultancy services, the whole shebang. We offer staff busing and 100% staff support to boost productivity. Don't let HR hassles hold you back. Contact Hot Jobs Africa today. You can either call us on 0204 336 004. That's also our WhatsApp number. Or email us at info@hotjobsafrica.org. Visit our website, hotjobsafrica.org. Think HR, think Hot Jobs Africa. So who do we have here? We have executives and friends from P95. And they're smiling at me because I have Catherine Lund. She's the Vice President for Strategic Development Africa 3. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Lawrence Demoluz is the Chief Medical Officer. I like your title. Chief Medical Officer. You're the Chief Doctor.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Janelle De Villiers is the Head of Operations for Africa.
That's
Janelle,
right.
welcome.
Thank you.
And Sobe Yarig is the West Africa Regional Lead. Sobe, welcome.
Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. So I hear your company does some very interesting work in the medical sector. So if you can tell me more about P95 and what you do.
Thank you, Bernard. So P95 is a full-service clinical research organization.
All right.
And we play a very vital role in the clinical research space in
Mhm.
terms of research. So we specialize in vaccines and infectious disease research.
Okay.
So we support big pharmaceutical companies in the development of vaccines, drugs for public use. So the service we provide is project management, clinical operations. We provide steady startup support and medical monitoring, as well as safety monitoring, data management, biostatistics, medical writing, home nursing, and epidemiology, of course. And we could also provide quality assurance services as well as vendor oversight.
You do all that?
Yes.
So all these are things people need.
Exactly.
In this world.
Yeah, in supporting the planning, execution, and management of clinical trials or epidemiological studies.
What is epidemiology? What is epidemiology?
So epidemiology is the study of diseases, their prevalences, incidence, how they occur in the populations.
This became very fancy during COVID.
Yes, of course.
I see. So you do vaccines?
Yes,
and
so
trials?
so we support the development of vaccines from conception through to implementation.
I see.
Yeah.
And from the way I see your title, you have an Africa office, you have a West Africa. So you are not just a Ghana company. You're a global company.
Yes.
Amazing. So Janelle, let me come to you, Janelle. Who are your typical clients and collaborators then?
So most of the time we work with pharmaceutical or biotech companies. These are companies that developed either the new medicine or device or diagnostic procedure. And so we take it from the very first time that they need to test it in the population, and then we take it through all the way to when we can register it as a drug. We also work with academic institutions, so smaller studies where an investigator has a certain medication or device that they want to test just in a smaller population, so we work with them as well. And so it's really from the smallest individuals that have a very small study that they want to do until big pharmaceutical studies with 20,000 patients that needs to be enrolled.
What if like a Ministry of Health wants to get somebody to do a clinical trial for a vaccine they want to adopt? For like a large government, you do that too?
Yes, we do that too. So we do studies that the World Health Organization wants to have implemented if they need to prove a certain safety aspect, or if they need to prove a certain efficacy before it can be registered in a country, or before they can recommend it as a primary care option. And then we really collaborate very closely with the regulatory agencies to get the studies approved. We cannot do any study before we have the country approval as well as the ethics committee's approvals. And then our main collaborators that we work with would be our healthcare providers, so the sites where the medical research is taking place. They know their patients, they know their population, and they know who would be best suited for these studies. And then also work closely with patient advocacy groups and technology providers.
Wonderful. So what announcement do you have for the people of Ghana today, Sobe?
So P95, our headquarters in Belgium, and we are proud to announce that we have expanded to Ghana.
Is it?
Yes. So we have our establishment in Ghana now, being the third office in Africa.
Wow.
We launched the office in Nairobi. That was on Tuesday.
Okay.
But we will have an office in South Africa, Johannesburg, and this is the third office in Ghana. And we are here to support the expansion of clinical trials and clinical research in the SAP region, West Africa.
Through Ghana?
Through Ghana, yes. So through Ghana, we'll be serving the rest of West Africa.
So Nairobi for East Africa, Ghana for West Africa, Joburg for South Africa, Southern Africa. That's impressive.
We also have Morocco in North.
Morocco in the north.
Yes.
Amazing. So, and Ghana is the third in SSA. Yeah. So you are have you established or you are establishing?
We have established the office now, and today is marking the official launch of that office.
Today?
Yes.
The 10th of April?
Yes.
Thursday?
So, yes.
Wow.
So as part of the activities, we'll be visiting one of our investigator sites that we're already collaborating to conduct two very important studies on human papillomavirus and RSV. That's also respiratory syncytial virus. So that's at the Dodowa Health Research Center.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the evening we'll have a dinner.
So you're already working. Even today that you have opened office, you're already working in Dodowa.
Yeah. So these studies are already ongoing, but as part of our launch, we are going to visit the site, interact with the site staff who are supporting the conduct of the study.
So you work with institutions.
Institutions, yes.
So it's not like you bring white suit wearing doctors with their syringes and unleash them.
No.
You have local partners that you work with.
Exactly.
But there's guidance and that type of thing.
Exactly.
Which is a very important point, because it may seem as if because you are all highly technical people, only you come and do the work.
No.
So it's quite contextual. It's where the locals work with you.
Exactly.
You wanted to add a point?
Yeah, maybe I can just add that we've been working in sub-Saharan Africa for more than 25 years.
Oh, is it?
We didn't have offices here, but we had local expertise already here working for us on a contract basis. What we're now able to do is, now that we've established
local presence.
Yes, exactly. And we can offer permanent positions to our staff, and we can expand our footprint here with our local expertise and local doctors.
I think you've eaten into Lauren's question, but let me still ask it. Share the journey of P95, how you got here, and also outline your plans for Ghana and the sub-region now that you are physically in Ghana.
So P95 was created in 2011, and it was a very small company and mainly focused on epidemiological studies and pharmacovigilance, so the study of safety. But then during COVID, there was a huge demand for epidemiological studies, also looking at how well the vaccines work after implementation. So P95 really grew at that time. And then P95 had the strategic will to expand into pure clinical research and therefore acquired a clinical research organization based in South Africa, OnQ, which was created in 1999, so with a lot of experience in clinical research. And since then we have acquired a few companies to really strengthen our expertise in clinical research, including writing protocols, writing clinical research, clinical study reports, doing the data management, the statistical analysis, etc. So this is where we are, and we really want to expand in Africa because there is more and more awareness that you need to test drugs and vaccines in the population where it will be used, because we all have different genetic mix
makeup,
and also makeup, and also the influence of the environment. Vaccines or drugs can have different safety or an effectiveness.
Exactly.
So more and more we need to test in the population that will receive it. This is also now more and more a request from the World Health Organization that drugs and vaccines are tested in the population where they will be used. And Ghana is where we want to expand our activities, as explained by Sobe and Janelle, for West Africa. What we really want also is not come here with people and then just leave. We really want to give development opportunities to the people we hire here, and also really collaborate with the clinical research sites and learn what went well, what didn't when could be improved, and really establish a strong collaboration with sites here in Ghana.
Thank you. Let me come to Catherine. What immediate impact do you anticipate your presence in Ghana would bring? And also, what long-term contributions do you see P95 in terms of like clinical research and basically improving healthcare in the country on the basis of your work? So short-term and then long-term, what do you hope to see?
So thanks, Bernard. So I think as we kind of indicated before, we've been working in the region for a while, for a long time, primarily from South Africa. So what having a legal presence in the country does is offer obviously an immediate footprint from a staff point of view, as you kind of I think indicated at the beginning of our chats. So this is quite skilled and technical, and we would love to kind of partner with the sites and the doctors on the ground to kind of foster skills so that they can continue when we're not here, and having the office does that from an immediate point of view. What it additionally does is it indicates to the collaborators, that was outlined I think by Janelle in the early part of our interview, to kind of like say, okay, now hang on, these people are serious, we've got some real skill here, let us offer opportunity to the region to be able to do this research. For the broader community at large, for the population, what it does is kind of have access to, I'm sure you can imagine when you do clinical trials, it's very specific, it's very intense, and for the participants who are included in the study, it gives them an immediate benefit to have access to doctors on an immediate and offer some value to global health worldwide. Further to Lawrence's point, I think, is that, and also to yours in the beginning, is that there's no intention of to kind of like come in and come out, and so it's very, very much a partnership. Additionally, what we've done from a South African point of view is we've got young interns, graduates with life science degrees. I'm sure it's no similar to this region than in other parts of Africa where there's a scarcity of work. So what we are doing, offering internships for graduates to train them into our very specific area. We have a graduate as an immediate from Ghana. This is our third year, and this is our opportunity to do that. So it's very exciting to be here, and with Sobe on the ground, we're in good hands.
Is there any ranking or sort of, I don't know how to put it. So what's your track record in terms of your work? Is there somewhere I can go and I'll say, wow, here are the top clinical trial companies and P95 is one of them. Is there anything like that? Or just your work just speaks for you?
You can research, so you can research OnQ Research, which is the historic company from South Africa, P95 as well. So there's not particularly a standard ranking, but it's very well documented and
you are known by the system. So if I went to the Ministry of Health or Ghana Health Service or FDA and I said, oh, by the way, P95 did the test and they found this or that, they'll say, of course, we know P95. You are not a strange company to them.
No, so we collaborate with investigator site to support them execute the studies. So with FDA, they will know that we have local monitors or clinical research associates that support the site execute the studies by monitoring the data, supporting with the data management up to publication.
Correct.
Yeah, so we are known in the system and we work collaboratively with all the stakeholders in this field.
And obviously because of COVID, the population is more health conscious, even in media now. Some of the jargons that we didn't used to understand, because of COVID, everybody's become very sensitive to these kinds of things.
Exactly.
So maybe the public education dimension of public health will become part of your role, right?
Yes.
So that you talk to people about what you're doing.
Yes.
I think in the past, clinical trials were very secretive, and because of the controversies and conspiracy theories.
Yes.
So it's even fun to have a company now come on and say, we actually do this.
Yes.
You know, in the past, you didn't hear them even talk about it. So I think that's quite commendable. Yeah. As a Ghanaian, how big is this for you? How important is it to have this company here? And what potential does it have for young scientists and young people in the profession?
Yes, so this company is bringing a very big opportunity to our region, because in the past we didn't have specialized experts in the area that can support, monitor and conduct studies. So I started way back in 2006 at the Nevrong Health Research Center as a research assistant, right from graduate school.
Wow.
All the people who used to come and monitor and support us conduct clinical trials there were coming from either the UK or South Africa.
They come and go.
They come and go.
I know.
At the end of the study, everybody goes, and there's not that knowledge transfer. But now we have experts here who can also train the next generation of young scientists who can support and learn under us and support the growth and expansion of clinical research.
So the benefits of this is beyond even the quality of the trial. The fact that human resources develop, the industry, the ecosystem opens up is wonderful. Which is why I'm sad you didn't invite me to your opening. You should have invited me, but you did not. I thought you were my friend. So let me take any closing comments from our Chief Medical Officer. Anything else to say before you go?
Well, I just want to reiterate that we really have the wish to expand here, to train young professionals and to play a key role in Ghana.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being on the show. I really enjoyed talking to you. By the way, where can we find you? Do you have a website or something?
Yes, so you can find us through our website, info.p95.com.
And this is the letter P95,
P95,
not the words.
Yes, but our physical office is at Bethesda Building at the Boundary Road 26 and 260 Boundary Road, Legon. Yeah.
Wonderful. So P95.com.
Yes.
P for people, 9 for 9, 5 for 5. Okay. Thank you. We're speaking to Catherine, Lawrence, Janelle, and Sobe. Yeah. 2 minutes to wrap up. Exciting news from Omni Basic Bank. Our new tagline is the coolest tagline in the market. Not just another bank. We're redefining banking with a renewed commitment to making you, our cherished customer, the happiest partner. Visit any of our branches to update your records with us or call 0307 086 000 or toll free 0800 100 790. Omni Basic, not just another bank. If you're looking to make your Easter unforgettable, escape to luxury with African Regent Easter Escape packages from the 18th to 21st of April. Enjoy delicious food and drinks, kids-friendly corner. This Palm Sunday brunch on April 13th at 570 cedis. There's also Easter Sunday brunch on the 20th at 6:30, both at the Muchia restaurant with live music from the African Glorious Chorale. There's also the night stay with half board, complimentary upgrade to a club room, movie tickets, etc. for only 4,880, and then there's a stay for 2 nights at 7,900. So different offers available. Call 0302 276 5161 and ask about the Easter Escape package from the Africa Regent Hotel. The Africa Regent, simply Afropolitan. And for the past 25 years, Diamond Cement has put smiles on homeowners, block makers, and supported numerous constructions with our high-quality brand that's rated green by the EPA. We have the 42.5-hour cement brand and also 32.5-hour grade. A good deal for everybody's pocket. Call Diamond Cement on 0244 313 368. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond. So that's all we have time for today's edition of the show. And we have Branch in the City coming up next with Now Your Quote. But before that, City News at 10 with Shiba Arababini. Good